And welcome back. This is round number 3 of the Mox Masters March event. We got to see some pretty cool pods so far. Not very different pods from each other, the two that we've watched so far. And so quick update on our featured players. Mitch, WTF It's Not Butter, 0-2 and is dropped. He's out of the tournament. Accepted also is 0-2, I believe, still in the tournament for the time being, and still live for top 16, I believe, as well, but don't quote me on that one. Ian and Lisby, the two other featured players, kind of get the feast end of the feast and famine, are both 2-0. This entire pod is all 2-0 players that we're about to watch, but Comedian is the odd man out. There are 5 2-0s in the tournament right now. Ian is not in this pod. He has gotten pared down with some less winning records for players. But Lisby, we are going to get to watch once again in the 2-0 pod. The winner of the 2-0 pod, a guaranteed spot in top 16. So got some high stakes magic, and once again, a very different pod composition to what we've seen in the rest of the pods.
Yeah, totally agree. This, we have Lisby so far going first on Bloodless Pod. cedh Weatherlight captain. I don't think I've seen a cedh deck on camera yet. Might be wrong on that one. Then we have Najila and Tassiger. Some old hits here. I haven't seen Tassiger. Thought that deck was dead and buried, but hey, got some spicy. There's some spicy decks on camera today. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Absolutely. You know, I when there's Najila in the pod, you know I have to root for Najila, one of my favorite commanders, and a commander I think I've been a big advocate for being a little underplayed and has seen a little bit of an uptick recently. I quite like the deck. But either way, some powerful commanders, very colorful decks, and I am excited to get things started here in round number 3. Again, you know, all these players are at 2-0. All of these players, the opportunity to win here and secure a spot in top 16. The rest of the pod still going to be in good shape with a loss. So, you know, any players that you see losing here, as there will be 3 of those, not that unlikely to see them later in the tournament as well, as players are resolving mulligans. A deck I want to talk about here for a little bit is the one you called out, Ashani, cedh Weatherlight Captain. This is a deck I know Rebel has been a big advocate for in various builds, and I've gotten the opportunity to talk to her a little bit about building the deck, the configurations and stuff like that. And I kind of want your thoughts, particularly around including cards like Emil and stuff like that. Rebel very much has this approach where the whole point of cedh is to tutor up Teferi, and that's basically it. You just get a silence effect that's tutorable. What are your thoughts on leaning more into the activated ability of cedh to have more targets?
I like this. I've seen this deck from its start, and there's been a lot of builds of it. You have the really toolbox variant of cedh, you have the Planeswalker version, and they're all pretty good. You got the turbo version that is just trying to go dark side Emil, anything to just go infinite mana and win the game. And there's just current builds of it. This one seems a little more toolboxy, leaning onto the more Planeswalker heavy side, and it's definitely great. I love the toolbox aspect of it. As long as cedh is online and have the Woolberg online, it can get whatever it needs for the situation at hand. And that's kind of was my draw to the deck. If you like toolbox things that can fix any problem that's on the battlefield, I think it's a deck for you.
Yeah, I mean, the ability is no joke, especially if you can get cedh's power a little bit higher via variously, you know, colorful permanents and stuff like that. You can really start getting the engine online. Of course, the mana could be a little bit of a struggle, as Lisby kicking us off with a turn 1 Absence Pilgrim off of a Savannah. We'll see what our friend on cedh can assemble. Looks like might be a Plaza of Heroes into a Lotus Petal. Plaza of Heroes is a great land for this deck.
I'll agree with all the legendaries they play, but we also have a Najila going third. I don't know if I like Najila. This is a very creature heavy pod. And I don't know if it's Najila, if we're gonna go with the regular Najila game plan here. Could be wrong.
We do still have access, I think, in this list to the Ad Nauseam and Underworld Breach stuff. You've seen the the Najeela decks moving towards in the recent iterations. As Catilda was the follow up for our friend Black Weltle, played a Mox Amber as well. That one makes green and white thanks to Catilda. And of course, Catilda going to be able to tap for mana on the following turn. So kind of a mana dork as well. And a lot of mana dorks involved in this equation, as the Najeela player very quickly fetching with the Verdant Catacombs, declaring, I'm going to put a land that casts Birds of Paradise in play and cast it as we move over to Shockster's turn. Turn 1 Soul Ring off of Command Tower. Good mana development from all the players. No, I mean, you talk about Rogside being able to blow out the doors of the game pretty quickly. None of that really going on here. Just a lot of mana development.
No, a lot of fair magic. Some good 2016, 2018. Good fair magic being played. Ooh, Sarah.
Oh, speaking of, how about Sarah Ascendant? There's a blast from the past for many decks. Llanowar Elves, the follow-up. That one will be a 6/6 flying lifelink is Sarah Ascendant. So gonna be able to get out the gate pretty strong with some good attacks. No land for Lisby though. May stifle a little bit of the Timna development and things as we move back over to the cedh player's turn. Let's see if we're going to play cedh Weatherlight Captain. Forbidden Orchard actually might have a little bit of attacks here in this pod. A lot of creature decks going on here. So whoever you hand the spirit to, it's going to be a real advantage.
A lot of, I think maybe Saturday and Norman does say you want to give it to Najeela, but I think you might want to give it to Najeela here.
Yeah, there's a lot of blockers in place, and Najeela's a little stymied as it is anyway. For now, we don't even have to tap it as we use Catilda's ability to make mana alongside Mox Amber and Positive Heroes to deploy cedh. Just a 3/3 at the moment.
Please leave. Harmless offering.
Let's take a look.
Been, like, obsessed with
we got some cool things going on here in the cedh list. We have Oko, Thief of Crowns. I think people need to play more Oko.
I agree. Card's very powerful.
Card is very powerful. Oppressive, good. Anything that you want in a mid-range kind of deck. We got a Tyvar. This Planeswalker has been popping up a lot recently. How do you feel about Tyvar?
I certainly think it's a powerful effect. Being able to give haste to a lot of your creatures and rebuy some of the powerful stacked creatures, I think it's a very impressive piece. And speaking of needing to rebuy creatures, Toxic Deluge on turn 2 off of Mox Diamond. That one threatens to clean up Najeela, cedh, and just all the magic cards. And we're paying 6 life on this one. That's going to get the Sarah Ascendant too. This is just going to be putting everybody back to the Stone Ages.
Yeah, love to see this one. If this resolved, this puts Tessiger in a lovely seat.
And it looks like it is, as everybody's throwing their cards in the garbage can. And that is a great spot for Shockster to be. And how heads up, right? So you can disproportionately value a card like Toxic Deluge in a matchup like this, where there's going to be a lot of creature-based mana development. You have a hand that deploys a Soul Ring, powerful enough on its own, and then also able to clean everything up after the fact. And no land for Lisby is brutal as we move over to Black Weltle's turn.
Yeah, that Deluge was punishing for the dark heavy hand.
Oh yeah. And of course, most of these decks aren't going to be playing sweepers. Really, only the Tasker deck would reach for it, and it was about as good as it could possibly be for a turn 2's Toxic Deluge.
It's gonna take some time to rebuild here. Definitely gonna take some time, and I guess Tasker, with that time, hopefully can put yourself in a very demanding game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the farthest.
Interesting to see what the follow-up here for Black Weltle. Now stifled a little bit. No Mox Amber, no Catilda. Does a lot to stifle the mana development. Giving a spirit over to Lisby makes a lot of sense. Missing land drops, pretty not threatening in. Drannith Magistrate?
Ooh, that's a good follow-up.
That's a good follow-up to a Toxic Deluge. No commanders in play, and they're not coming anytime soon. Back to Najeela you go, and you called out maybe we're not going to be on the Najeela play in this game. Certainly looks like it if the Najeela player is going to be winning this game.
Like a land drop lover here, hitting the land drops. Get to play some magic, but the Tessiger list also playing some Oko too. And
That's a
gonna
lot
get
of Oko.
a lot of planeswalkers in this matchup. A lot of planeswalkers.
Yeah, I would say there's probably this might be the most planeswalkers I've seen at a CDH pod.
Sure.
You know,
Agreed.
3 of the decks, including at least one, is fairly uncommon from my experience. We just don't really see planeswalkers much at all. And of course, you know, the cedh deck supporting 5 different planeswalkers to search for various scenarios.
So I was trying to look to see what
Please.
we're doing with Tessiger. You know, normally Tessiger builds try to neoform into like a big finisher. And we have 2 in this list. We have a Hullbreaker Horror, and we have a Toxtrol, the legendary Slug Horror. So I think I like a Toxtrol in a creature-based matchup.
Yeah, Toxtrol the Corrosive would be devastating in this entire pod. It's going to be a heads-up card to have access to if we do find ourselves something like an Eldritch Evolution. Of course, Tasigur shut off for the moment, going to have some more problems to solve despite just sweeping the board, but a lot of really good options. I think this Tasigur deck's really well set up to combat some creature decks. And I mean, that's obviously a very good place to be in this particular pod. I think it's a really heads up call for this tournament because, you know, more and more we're seeing combat step mattering. We're seeing creatures mattering and in this tournament showing up prepared to beat some creatures. Just seems like a great place to be. A good bet.
Great place to be. I never had the opportunity to play against a Toxtrol. Glad I don't. Not something I want to experience.
It's not super fun. you die pretty quick.
Yeah.
I will
Oh,
target.
Praetor's
Grasp. Mana floating off of Soul Ring with that one.
Under Adranus, I don't know if I'm a fan of this one, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's
As we're just trying to find a land for 3 mana. I don't know.
yeah, you can play a land, right? Like Dragon stops spell casting, so you can find a land drop. If you're reaching for something like a Cradle, that could be appealing.
Double confirm who did that.
What to think about here, as I believe it looks like we've targeted Black Weltoll. That's an interesting choice, given how many planeswalkers and stuff there's access to. I mean, you could grab all kinds of bullets if you want them.
Oh yeah.
It is a pile
But you know, also means there's no guarantee that you're going to get some of the more commonly played cards that you'd expect.
But it's your
commonly played card also. I mean, Darkside isn't looking too delicious here.
It's easier just to.
I don't know what we're getting, but hopefully it's a spell for the rainy day whenever that Dreadnought gets to leave.
I straight up do not know how I've won.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Search for your card.
As we are resolving Praetor's Grasp. No, we don't know because of the nature of online tournaments. Black Weltoll obviously will know what the card is. The rest of the table will not. Could potentially reveal that information, I believe, if he wants to.
All right. When that is done, I will pass the turn.
Let's see.
To my screen here.
Okay, I want to untap upkeep draw. Okay,
No,
And
we're
it
passing the
looks
turn
like we're passing after that. So yeah, back over to Lisby's turn. Interesting. Like you said, just kind of an investment for the future. And I don't actually hate it. If your plan is just use your mana, I can't use Tasker anyway. I just want to not have to pay the front cost of this tutor when I do find an answer to Drannith Magistrate. I think that's a fine way to do it.
Yeah, agreed.
And Lisby leaving no points on the table, gonna get the beatdowns in with the Spirit, and then if there's no land, I can't imagine a very long turn for Lisby.
No, you know, no game actions being happened, no pressure on the board. Definitely have time to just play the Predators, guys. Be mana efficient.
Exactly.
Just keep the game going.
And funny enough, with Najila, the Haga player, just kind of fetching a land and passing the turn. Not a whole lot going on. 5 cards in hand. Can't redeploy Najila. I feel like Black Weltoll's the actual scariest player at the table here.
Agreed.
You know, the mana is functional. Drannith is doing a good job of locking down the rest of the table. But with no play for this turn, maybe that's not true at all. Not a whole lot of anything being played by anybody.
It's appropriate.
I love the
Yeah,
rip note from
No,
Lisby.
it's not
It's
good.
I just
adequate.
hope that 5, so like
Yeah, that
I'm
is
not seeing any other lands.
Okay, Forbidden Orchard. Maybe we'll just beat each other down with the 1/1 spirits from Forbidden Orchards till the game ends.
I'll pay 2 for a Wish Claw.
As Wishclaw Talisman gonna go ahead and get deployed by Haga.
It's
a good one.
We're close to just getting another natural Najila here.
Cool.
And
Well,
that's
then,
pretty good on
yeah,
this
I'll
board.
pass the turn.
all right. I will untap.
Yeah, I mean, Najila needs to remove Dranith first, but
Play.
could
mana.
move in that direction. Here's a mana vault out of hand for Shockster. A lot of the powerful artifacts in hand, only 3 cards in hand, and with no tasker for card advantage, no follow-up. So turn is passed to Lisby, who finds an ancient tomb.
So,
Hello, lands.
hey, it's acceleration.
What does
What do we
that
have to
unlock?
deploy?
We're removing the rip token. No, we're not. Okay. All right. The rip token can sit on top of our pile. Ancient tomb doesn't add anything. And the spirit beatdowns continue.
I don't want to, unfortunately.
Wow.
Who are you gonna give them to?
I don't know.
What was happening?
CDH, everybody. Just the door is
It's
being
not-
blown off
okay.
so fast.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll not focus.
Current
on
best
the-
attackers
you're
are
fine.
1-power
Yeah,
creatures.
no, I-
An ancient tomb.
This is so tough.
Hey,
All right. Did we find any mana? Sure did. Marsh Flats.
I like to.
We're just
let's
trying
get-
to just trying to make mana here. Just trying to make mana.
Yeah, after all the mana got obliterated by a turn 2 toxic deluge, it's mostly just been, can we recover? Yeah, let's get the hand a little bit away from the deck if we're gonna do it like that.
I'm sorry, I don't even
Let's
know what I'm
consult the
touching.
hand here, see what we
Yeah.
need to
It's amazing.
cast our spells.
Let's
Fan of
see.
the
Need a land of some kind.
Let's say I'm a fan of the Batman.
I'm going to
sleeve, you know?
get
You like the Batman sleeves? Are you a DC person over Marvel? Where do you stand on that?
spookiest land.
I don't really. I like both. You know, I'm not a need to be on one side of the fence or the other. Just,
And that'll be an
but I like both. They enjoy both sides.
I've been told, and I don't know, I'm not much of a comics person. Like they've been like kind of very daunting for me to even start to dip my toes into, which there's been a lot of discussion about that recently separately. But I've been told the DC comics are like way better. They just blow Marvel out of the water. But the only thing carrying Marvel is like the MCU. And I'd buy that. The MCU was, I mean, obviously just huge. It's just everything. But I would certainly buy that the DC comics are better, because the fact it's even like a question for people, like it clearly ain't the movies that's doing it, right?
Do it.
Sounds good.
Correct.
Well, I watched a lot of the
No.
Batman like animated series as a kid. I like that a lot.
Okay, I'm like, come on, man. You definitely have to be in
I'm gonna
90s.
tap
How do you
and-
not? How did you get away from not
Pass
watching
the
that?
Relic of Legends.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'm not much of a show or movie watcher in general anyway, as Relic of Legends getting deployed by Black Welta. That one looks to be actually a pretty good card in Black Welta's deck. Not just fixing mana, but kind of giving haste. Kind of does the Catilda impression, but it's on a 3-mana mana rock.
And I pretty much enjoy this card. Big Dargo card here for all the Dargo lovers out there. Get to make your infinite mana. That's by tapping Dargo. Do your big lobster stuff. Yep.
Love a
Good
big
card.
lobster.
Doing big lobster things, you know, with the Relic of Legends.
Yeah. We'll lobster, save the lobsters here. As a windswept heath sacrificed. We'll see exactly. I mean, good mana development. And like this is a big part of the equation, I think, for the Najila deck, is actually hitting the land drops here is huge. You know, access to all your colors going to be a big deal as this game continues to progress, especially if you're trying to operate without Najila. You're gonna need your mana to work. And fetching land now, Abrupt Decay
Okay, there goes the Trana.
on in step. Yeah, I have to imagine that's going after the Dranith. Lisby says, sure, fine with me. How does Black Weltle feel about this?
Swat, but don't have
That's
the
a
mana
problem.
for it.
That
Yeah, I need 3 mana for that one. Only have 1.
You're going to pass.
Veil of Summer, really the only card that works.
Will help out,
I will.
unfortunately.
I will be
Go
passing on that as
1-3-2,
well.
AJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
There
pass
was
too.
somewhere worse, but seems like we're
Alright,
passing.
That'll pop a Draenith then.
I'm just making sure that.
Is there a world that
Yeah.
anyone wants to save this dragon?
Yeah, I don't know who wants it in play other than Black Weltle, so I don't know why we're talking and thinking about things.
And
Unless-
maybe we're like terrified of what the Praetor's Gas card could be. That's the only reason.
That might be, yeah, I can see
think-
that. The conversation being around what the Praetor's Grass card is and how that's, is it going to be a win and what have you.
Yeah, and I can't. disclose that.
Presumably a tainted pact or something
Hmm.
like that. So
Of course, we don't know what the Praetor's Grass card is, so
Right.
I mean, we could speculate, but the fact he went after Sisay feels like a very intentional decision, and there's a lot of weird cards in the Sisay deck. I mean, maybe it's just like a Dockside or whatever, but obviously, like you mentioned, Dockside's not even very good here. So
No.
That's too
what
Yeah, I
is
was
it that
about
we're
to
reaching
say,
for?
I think it's either a draw engine
purple seems
or
too sneaky. No.
we're not playing any end
Let's do one.
Has to be a
two,
draw engine,
three,
right?
Well, there's no
four.
Ristic study in the Sisay deck. There's only a Mr. Kimura.
I feel like we just want to get Tactical online. Seems like it.
I'll do it like that for Tassiger.
Seems good.
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah, Tassiger
Yeah.
going to get deployed, delving out everything but the Toxic Deluge. Pretty heads up to leave the Toxic Deluge around. Oh, you get to leave 2 cards. Gonna leave Praetor's Grasp as well. Gonna use the other Soul Ring mana for that. So Command Terror Soul Ring, 3 delve. Here's the Tassiger, the Praetor's Grasp and Toxic Deluge available. Activation available now if we want to. Well, nope, that's not true because we have deployed a Deathrite Shaman instead. So more mana development. I love this board organization from Shockster as we go back to Lisby, who has found an Ancient Tomb. Wasn't able to do anything with it.
I gave you the
We'll see if more
We
mana
found
is
the
picked up
third-
here.
Don't send it back.
Third land, third mana source.
I said please.
About to find out.
Some freaking, I need lands is my problem. I'm just
Yeah.
like
What to
not
think about
going
here? Nothing. All right, the
Alright.
dice is back on the hand, and the smackdowns from the spirits continues as we chip away at the Geo player's life and pass the turn back to Black Welto, who lost Dranith but got to keep Relic of Legends, access to 4 mana now.
Well,
1 short of Sisay. Well, make that Sisay mana right there with Verdant Catacombs deployed.
position I'd like to be in.
yeah. Well, I'm not drawing anything.
And
else.
a
That's the problem.
fetch.
I would like to activate.
Do we have anything better to do, or do we just recast this thing here?
Sisay makes mana right away. So if you have a 2 mana play after Sisay, then that could look really good. I don't know what that would necessarily look like, but I mean, this Sisay deck is strapped with all kinds of strange 2 mana cards. I mean, the Bloom Tender, Dothy, Docksides. We've already been through Dranith. We have Fiend Artisan, Lazav the Multifarious. What do you know about that card? Huh? Phantasmal Image. Thorpe probably not the play. Tilda already dead. Kennen still available. Kennen would be great. Kennen just like
options for
tap.
this.
Yeah, there's a lot of good 2 mana options if we do decide to play Sisay. Turning on the Mox Hammer isn't meaningless.
Definitely not.
And I'm just gonna say it to the table.
See
because that was
exactly
the
what we
information
decide to do here
While we're doing that, let's figure out the cut.
as we do our Brazilian cut, as we are wont to do.
1, 3, 2.
This Legends deck is something else. There's just all kinds of Sakashima the Imposter, just Savala Heart of the Wilds in the 99. All kinds of
Yeah,
wild
I'm telling
cards.
you, there's some, and everything has a role or duty to play. So. No, love the deck. I never played it, but always when I see it in place, like so much toolbox. Just can get an answer for whatever problem is needed.
Well, maybe that's your next. Maybe that's your next playing with Power deck, Ashani. You can play Sisay stuff.
Say stuff. Got it.
I don't know what the name of the deck here is. Craftsman, 5-color Craftsman. So you know what? I actually messed with it. It's a toolbox. I get it. Craftsman. You get the joke. I get it.
Thank you very much.
A lot of conversation here. We'll see exactly what we want to do with our 4 cards in hand. Access to 5 total mana.
I would like to.
It's just hanging out in the exile zone.
Yeah.
Doing a big thing.
But you never know; it might be needed.
Big thonk step.
Sure. Is there ad nauseum in this deck? Can we just like rip a Nas right now?
I hope not.
No
Okay.
ad
You
nauseum.
want to cast Sisay?
Maybe a pair, but I don't think
Uh,
it does.
Lisby.
No, I can't imagine play Pier in this deck
I
either. That's
think
just
at this
a lot of
time, I'm
mana.
gonna have to step away from giving you as much.
Lisby being like, hey, you got like, can I get another token?
Oh.
Can I get a token from
AJ,
Red
I'll
Orchard,
give you
please?
one.
And there is cedh token going to go to the Najila player. You called that one out. As here is cedh back in play. That turns on Mox Amber. Mox Amber now makes white, and cedh can make a mana of any color. We'll see if there is any follow-up.
We're
All right.
we're spending some passionate time on this. Very nice.
I mean, if you got it, you might as well. Oh, look, it's got a little home.
Actually, I will. I'm
A
going
little
to tap,
background. Can we get a sky?
Red
Yeah, look at the
Legend,
sun.
or tap cedh
All right,
well,
and there we go. A little
Legend.
cloud. I love it. I love it so much.
Tap
All right, we are making a mana. We are making 2 mana. Here comes
Phantasmal image.
a phantasmal image.
Yep.
We want a
Tasigur?
To interact.
Yeah,
Or
Tasigur
Death
seems
Ray
okay.
Shaman.
It's a legend.
Seems reasonable.
Maybe a Death Ray Shaman?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh,
So
Tessa
from
gives
that,
us what?
I would like
Another
The
legend.
legend. So it
Takes
gives
mana.
us
Test for mana.
white, blue, black.
No, it's only black. It's only colors black, so it makes this a 3/3.
No, for cedh though, right? It's the amount of color.
Right, it's just say checks color, not color identity. So we are
Okay,
you
cool.
just get black. But I still think that's worth it, right? Like just beefing it up a little bit seems like
I was
meaningful.
hoping to get one.
Yeah.
I gave you one.
All right,
You
and
have
so we have redeployed Najila. Wishclaw Talisman chosen not to be activated, and a 1/1 goes to Lisby.
I will pass the turn.
See if
All right. I will.
we are interested in attacking with Spirit. We are not. So back to Shogster. No upkeep effects as that mana vault is still untapped. Undergrowth Stadium, the draw and the card played. Now have access to 2 total. No, we don't have 2 total activations, do we? Yeah, we do. You could do 2 total activations if you want. Could even fire one off now. Doesn't look like he's in the market for that as we pass back to Lisby. Shocks are holding up a lot of mana, death rate activation and everything. 7 cards in hand for Lisby. See if they can finally get some mana going as the mana creature plan did not work out. Early Toxic Deluge saw to that. Pass the
No,
turn
no
back.
land. I'm like a Timno would be so delicious here.
And the spirits don't get to attack anymore? Oh no, the game plan. The game plan.
It's falling apart. It's falling apart.
Yo, you can tap the
And
task.
a draw step coming from Black Welto, who now has rebuilt their mana. I mean, just a ton of mana to have access to now.
Fimage is now a mana dork.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we decide to do with all of that mana.
Do we have activation online?
We do have an activation. The Relic of Legends doing a lot of work to help with that.
I would like to.
What do we get? We have a 3/3 cedh, so we can only get 2 mana creatures. Kennen certainly seems kind of appealing.
Green.
1, 2, 3,
Cuddless.
4. Plaza of Heroes, I assume, helps you activate legends as well.
For 2.
Finale of Devastation. Don't even need it for that. Here's a Finale of Devastation for what looks to be 2. Yeah, and it sure is. It's the same as activating, right? Just 1 less mana.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Thassa's is-
true.
I was thinking that also. But
Sorry.
I
maybe
can also get from my graveyard
maybe
too.
we want to
Maybe
get
you want like a non-legend?
I think
You
I'm
get
okay
Oracle,
with that.
Dockside, stuff like that. Oh, you can get the Drannith back. You just grab the Drannith in the yard.
Or
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, all the commanders are in play. Isn't that good?
I'm gonna put a
Oh,
task
excuse me, I'm sorry.
activation on the stack.
Yeah, I have no idea what we're getting here.
This.
Could be a Bloom Tender. That card would be kind of good.
With the Tactical activation.
Blue Tender makes a lot of mana.
Okay.
Could we buy the
Kennen,
Catilda? That makes, you know, cedh and... Oh, but they already make mana, so I don't know. Whatever. We're responding with a Tasker activation. The options here are Sylvan Library, a Toxic Deluge, or Praetor's Grasp. Have to be inclined to give the Sylvan Library. We choose the Toxic Deluge instead? Okay.
I would have been declined for another board wipe.
Yeah, I don't
especially-
know who chose that. Maybe Lisby is the one that is
Has
interested.
to be
but-
Lisby, yeah.
Oh, I should
We're,
probably
we're
give
going
you that.
into the library. Let's see exactly
Um,
what 2-mana creature. Dockside Extortionist it is. I see 1, 2, 3,
Big ol'
4.
fat 0 for me.
so,
Okay.
um,
All right. So we have 4
would
treasures.
like to.
We could use Relic of Legends to end up 1 treasure to go find Kinnan. But we can find 3 mana cards now too. Okay, so the Dockside helps you find 3 mana cards, but not 4 mana cards. You can't find the Amiel yet.
So let's resolve the ETB.
Yeah. So we're
That's
short
fine.
on finding Amiel.
Am I correct
We
with
can
that?
find the
So,
Loris, right? We don't
You
have
could
a pedal.
find Luris. Yes.
We have a pedal in the yard,
from
right?
there,
I'm sorry.
Do we have a Lotus pedal in the yard?
I don't.
And we can do some Lotus pedal
tap
Loris
my 2
activation.
legends for white.
Maybe.
Um,
I think so.
underground.
1, 2,
and
3,
use a treasure.
4. That's 4 mana.
I
Do
would
we just
like
have
to
the Amiel?
Emil.
We do. That's Amiel the
Ooh.
Blessed.
Uh,
So I'm not that good at math, Ashani, but
Mhm.
what's 3 plus 1?
Is a card.
Oh,
That seems
Yeah,
like
you talk to Nick,
4.
who's
And
like
so
that.
3 mana to activate to
talk to
flicker
Nick.
Dockside, make 4 treasures. To me, this looks like infinite mana if it resolves.
I will respond by attempting
ready?
to deadly
We
rollick your
are
dockside.
Oh, Deadly Rollick coming down. This one
On
can
the
target the
dockside.
dock side, which is not great for Black Welzel, but not a disaster per se. Emil still has a
don't-
text box.
If
we
you
don't
prefer,
have
Sean.
any.
Oh, I've got no
protection
responses to
here.
Deadly
Yeah.
Relic.
No
We have
responses.
2 cards in the end. Could be some kind of interaction.
Yeah, well, we definitely can't toolbox ourselves out of it.
Yeah, we can't go find and like I mentioned before, normally the Sisei deck wants to try to tutor up a Teferi to get going before that. And you'll see that a lot of the time where you just search Teferi, you can like pick up a dockside and do stuff like that. It
Yeah.
looks like this Rollick is gonna work. Ugh. Now, if the Amiel resolves, right? If Relic hits this dockside and Amiel resolves, there's another activation ready to go. And that's an activation for 3. So you can get a 3-drop. Is there anything that gets dockside back from exile? I don't think there is.
Yeah, because we have 3 treasures, the land, and the Emil is a legendary.
Yes.
We have the relic, so you get a 3. What do we get with a 3?
So
Can we
Boris
get?
would work if it wasn't Rollick. Devil.
dockside.
Oh, looks like Rollick's gonna work. Dockside's gonna hit the exile zone, but Emil's gonna enter and still be able to make mana and make Sisei bigger. All of which are relevant parts of the equation
And now I
here.
lose my board.
They already had white from
Um,
Sisei itself, so now it's green and black.
Yeah, that's kind of.
So it's plus
A
2,
bunch of
so
sad
it's
here.
4.
I will.
Right, so we-
pass the turn.
Oh yeah, you're right. We have
But
black.
that was a win attempt. I get it.
Yeah, so we have black
Yeah,
and
untap, upkeep.
white, which makes Sisei a 4/4, and we can tutor this stuff at instant speed. So there's no, unless we're grabbing something like Oko or whatever, there's no rush. There's no need to do it now.
No.
And this is kind of the power of Sisei. I mean, if you look right now, it's just like, okay, you've been stopped. We're kind of done here. But I think there's kind of a secret threat here where even like an Instap Luris or whatever could really threaten to break things open a little bit.
Definitely. Loris, does it would a pump
Sorry.
it? So maybe we might look for something to pump it. If we could get,
I think you want like Derevi
yeah.
next, because that's like a kill, I think. You like Derevi into.
Well, we need a
I don't know.
cradle. It would have been a cradle would just finish it off, I think. But we'll find out. We'll find out together.
It's like I think it's
long-
Bloom Tender
Try
plus
not to tank him.
Derevi
No, it's okay.
plus
You got a little
Emil
bit of time. I mean,
is a kill.
if we're here in the,
Okay.
or so.
Because you tap the Bloom Tender, for 3 mana or more, hopefully more. He wants 4. Activate Emule to flicker Derevi to untap Bloom Tinder and hopefully make more, kind of do the backdoor thing. So this Emule still has a text box, but Bloom Tinder is not a card that you can just search up with your cedh. So if you want to do a combo like that, then it's going to involve kind of finding the Derevi first and then having like another tutor or another finale, whatever, stuff like that, to go grab the Bloom Tender, and then you have to wait a turn cycle. So maybe that's not super exciting.
How do you feel about all these players going to the Timber player?
Seems fine. I mean, Lisby has done nothing all game, so with
I don't know. I'm scared. Like, yeah, not really much going on, but the minute that source of mana that hopefully would be black, that's just 3 cards right off the rip.
Yeah, I mean, sure. If Lisby
Okay,
plays
no,
like a
that's a
Gaze
lie.
Cradle or
That's a lie.
like a Black
That's
Land
a
or
lie.
whatever,
Yeah.
yeah, there's
But
a lot of
there's
blockers
still
in play.
Yeah.
I think you're fine. Giving Lisby the 1/1 does actually seem to be the least threatening player at the moment.
3-1-2. 3-1-2.
Wow, that was.
I hadn't said anything in a while, so I thought I'd volunteer.
And then
Sorry to steal your thunder.
You're good.
we have
All right, I'm gonna see how you
activated Wishclaw Talisman.
My
Giving it to
goodness.
Lisby, who I believe wrote Land Granter on it, which I love that a lot. And Culling Ritual. If first sweeper wasn't enough, how about second sweeper? And Swan Song very quickly coming down for Shockster on that one. No, thank you. I like my artifact mana.
Oh, and we say no again with the mental misstep.
Mental misstep to follow up. All right.
So
Is
I
there
don't get
more?
the Wish Claw.
Oh my god.
No.
What is this?
Why you gotta do me like that?
And for once,
Oh.
a sweeper that doesn't actually hit Black Weltle that hard.
Exile this Bloodstained Mire. No.
Does have to activate the cedh now, but doesn't lose very many permanents.
Jared, I'll hit one of the
Oh,
lands
but
that are
boy,
in
does
your
it devastate.
I will get Burden Cat.
Oh yeah, Shockster. I don't think can let this one resolve if they can help it, and we do see quite a bit of mana being tapped here.
one colorless
They
thing.
pass it.
Mox Diamond, Deathrite Shaman, Mana Vaults, a whole bunch of
activate
mana,
using Mana Vault.
and some hand waving at Tasker activation.
Mana do you have?
Have to
doesn't
imagine this is
he-
targeting Lisby.
But this needs, doesn't Tessica need
So
2
mill two.
colored sources?
It is a Culling
Hybrid,
Ritual
hybrid?
Mandarin.
What is
Oh, we
this?
tap Mox Diamond and Deathrite Shaman.
So,
All right,
Okay, that's right.
Mana Drain, a Culling Ritual of his own. Wow. Sylvan Library Praetors grasp the options.
What do we want to do?
Yeah, like I mentioned, I have to imagine it's going toward Lisby. Lisby is the other player that is certainly not interested in this Culling Ritual resolving, as the Wishclaw Talisman is an important part of getting Lisby to even play this game.
Yep.
But also, yeah, I think the answer is probably just library.
I
We'll
think I
see
want the
what they
library
choose to
here.
give.
Mana drain at the moment.
Maybe I want the.
not at the moment. No.
Oh,
No.
what?
So
No, otherwise
Gives
I
them
would
the
be able to
deluge?
counter the.
yeah.
He already has the Deluge.
He
The
already
question
has
is-
the deluge.
Yeah, he has the Deluge.
Okay, so library.
Options here: Mana Drain, Sylvan Library, Praetor's Grasp, and Sylvan Library the give. I think that's probably the weakest card in the bunch for sure.
You're gonna make.
And
Oh, another
that
Silver
looks like-
Library Enjoyer, I see.
I have some opinions on the card, you could say. Mental Misstep, going to take care of the Swan Song. It looks like that one already in the graveyard. No mana left over for Shockster to be able to do any kind of fight. Looks like this is all gonna work from where I'm sitting.
As well, you should track Cracker Treasures.
That's actually what I'm going.
Is it a lot one?
Crack them.
We crack the treasures. Cause we can't give them. So 1, 2, or just 1 actually.
Green mana.
Well, I think you crack all 3 and make one of each color or whatever, and then you still have the cedh activation post Culling Ritual to maybe interact with whatever the follow-up of this Culling Ritual is.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, nice try.
Yeah, I think
I was forgetting.
There's 4
Okay.
from
TMC as well.
Black
Alright,
Widow.
so we're passing all this.
1
goes
from
up.
himself.
Yeah.
no.
Four
So he
from
cracked the
Black
treasure,
Widow?
so he only gets 1 from
You
Black
get,
Wolf.
Oh, okay,
5,
yeah.
4 from Shockster, and a pile of stuff from Lisby. This Forbidden Orchards are looking real good for the Culling
Yeah,
Ritual.
yeah. Yep.
This is gonna be a lot of mana.
So 5, 3, 1, 1 is 10.
All right, and we'll see exactly what kind of distribution we're going to do with the mana as Hag is reaching for some mana counters. That looks like green. That looks like black. Love the frogs there.
5 of each.
And 5 of each. Split it down the middle. Reasonable enough. Follow up.
No, because I'm
2 of
stupid,
each.
honestly, that's
4
not
mana
allowed.
for
I'm
a
gonna play this
Nature's
game.
Will? No, Grim Hireling.
Yep.
I'll pass party on that.
That doesn't win.
Interesting.
Ah,
All right, that one doesn't have great attacks at the moment. Lisby, the only player that you can for sure get in with.
All right, let's see here.
You can't keep the Culling Ritual mana through combat, so no win off that card alone. Gonna need some additional help.
Combat.
We
Oh,
don't
I
have
have
red for
Spin my mana.
give-
any final
Yeah.
fortune effect.
spin your
Yep.
mana.
Oh,
And it looks like we go to switch phases to combat, and here comes an activation of cedh,
yeah. And
giving a 1/1 to Lisby. So now there's no
Convoke
guaranteed
Court of Calling for 2.
hits. Oh, never mind. This is a Court of Calling.
Yep. Seems good.
Seems good to me.
Okay, Court of Calling instead of activation.
Or
What
for
is
how many?
Go grab
2?
Drake.
So
I'm not sure
we
what to
get
Nab the Nagila.
Or for
uh
2 gilded?
Well, the mana
no
goes
gilded
Yeah.
drink in the
No, no
deck
gilded
that I
drink.
see.
one.
Can I get the Bloom Tender? I mean, it's a card I talked
one
about
blocker
previously.
and
That's
have
the tutor to find it.
He's just going to get 2 treasures.
You're not wrong.
And
4
You're
That's
not
treasures.
wrong.
Oh, because Tassiger.
Tasker
Yeah.
will block. And if I get a creature that I
Okay.
don't want to block with, just
Phantasmal
2 treasures,
image?
and it's not infinite.
No, but we are no, the image is already
The
was
doctor
already
can
in
image over
place. It
there
can't be that.
Yeah.
to worry about.
Yeah, it can't be
blocking.
image.
No, I misplayed on that. So
Yeah, no,
Um,
we're good. Go.
So spell is resolving.
Yeah, we'll see for sure. Obviously, it has to be a 2-drop because we only had access to 5 mana. I
wanna
don't
make
see a
sure
lot
that,
of juicy targets.
Fiend Artisan takes
things
some
were
time.
on the up and up on that.
Could be like a Lavinia. That card's like kind of real, huh?
Is it though?
Let's see.
I mean, with nobody having any lands,
Like,
except
True.
you know, specifically Dempsey, like there's not
preferably
great.
That might be my card. I'm
a
going
source I
to
can actually use.
just want to confirm my
Hmm.
other options.
Doing a big think here. I think that's a Lazav that just got pulled to the front to consider.
Lazov what? Surveils and copy a creature from
Yeah, you can copy the creature from the graveyard. Oh, Dothy looking
Graveyard?
like it may be in the considerations as well.
This card, and it'll be a Dothy Void.
And that is the choice.
Seems
So
good.
Dothy
Awful.
Voidwalker gonna hit the
That
battlefield.
way,
Doesn't block, so now there's actually a good attack on Black Weltle to give some treasures.
I thought about other things, but this is the
Start getting the Grim Hireling to go to work. I think the Grim Hireling could actually, now that we have to pass priority again, I think we can Grim Hireling the Phantasmal image on the house, stacking no treasures.
moving the combat.
Just using a little bit of mana. We'll see if we decide to do that. Elect not to. Reasonable enough, I guess.
I'm gonna Nagila and a 1/1.
And to combat we go. Here comes Nagila and a warrior.
Let's block.
Warrior most
Trade
likely coming at
warriors?
Lisby.
3.
I have to imagine the Gila has to be coming Black Weltle. I guess it doesn't really matter who you attack, one or the other. Yeah, attack Lisby as well. So gotta make 2 treasures with Grim Hireling. And then we have 2 mana. Any follow-ups? Nope, no follow-ups. And the turn is passed.
So we
Over
need
to Shockster.
so we need a
Actually, an extra turn effect might have won there. Because you get the extra turn and then you get 5 combats because you get 4 treasures each and then eventually kill the
Yeah.
tasker. Anyways,
Yeah, but-
whatever. Sylvan Library deployed.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. Maybe if they had extra red, they could go extra turn into win.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the red. Just green, black,
I
mana.
will follow it with Imperial.
Yeah, and Imperial Seal the
Imperial
follow-up.
Seal.
So Sylvan Library and Imperial Seal A reasonable rebuild here from Shockster. We'll see if there's any effects. Card like even Mind Sensor could work here, but I think Lisby would have cast that one already if
Yeah.
Lisby had it.
Is this where we grab the famous Neoform and talk shrill? Is this the time?
Oh, jeez. Is Toxtrol even like fast enough to get the job done now? It might be. I mean, it's like every
It
end
might
step or
be.
whatever, or every upkeep. I don't even know what's Toxtrol say. The beginning of each end step, slime everything. Okay, yeah, that's probably fast enough because Lisby doesn't really have anything going on. So Neoform might just be good enough to sweep the board.
All right, I will find this card and then I will pass.
Slime time it up. Toxtrol would look real good, actually.
Those are
Wow.
pretty thick, too.
I think
draw.
if-
Come on, be a land. Well, it's a
If
land.
Dempsey can just figure out a way to tap the
Oh.
Tiger.
Not
Oh, we hit a land.
really
Lisby hit a land.
problem.
Lisby hit a
Alrighty.
land. Now we have all of our colors but red.
I could cast
Is it Timber time?
Timber
Or
doesn't
do we
do
need to put a
anything.
stack
Okay,
piece in
pass this
play?
turn.
All right.
Not sure. I mean, I have to imagine you have to get something going. I mean, just Timna with no
Oh,
attackers out
pass.
to immediately get value doesn't seem good enough. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather hold up interaction if I'm Lisby. I'm not feeling
Yeah.
super optimistic about
You got, by
untapping
the
with
way,
this
there's an
Timna if I put it in
Imperial
play.
Seal and a in the graveyard from the
Yeah.
Dothy.
Oh yeah, for the dog.
Go.
The Imperial
check one
Seal,
of
yeah,
those
we're gonna
out.
get that one in exile for the Dothy. That matters some amount for sure.
And then this card will go on top.
We'll see. A lot of mana here. I think Black Weltal easily, despite the Culling Ritual, easily still has access to the most mana at the table, thanks to Relic of Legends. Actually doing a lot to carry Black Weltal through all the mana issues that from
Agreed.
obviously Toxic Deluge, Culling Ritual, all these things that blow up ways to make mana in a creature deck. Still has quite a bit of mana. Quite impressive.
Still living on top.
So the
Relic
thing
of
is, I'm just
Legends.
gonna
Don't-
need to give you a.
There's some live.
token so
Is
that
there
it's
some
fine.
live tutors here?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna tap the Forbidden Orchard.
we're 4-power Sisse, so we
So
can
now
get a
there's
3
more
drop.
blockers.
Mhm.
So we're still looking at the Bird Wizard, I believe.
Seems good.
Let's start with Mystic
Remora.
Remora before we do anything else. But yeah, I agree with you. I
Card in
think
hand.
Bird Wizard makes a lot of sense. Huh. Could get, if you get Tyvar, what does that unlock?
By
Okay.
However, buys back a creature, right?
Yeah,
Build
you can
3
get
cards and you may
Drannith, you can get
return.
Catilda,
Um,
and then it all has haste, and so you get more mana. And then what?
I would like
Probably nothing. You could get Cradle, right? So like we tutor up Cradle
I think I'm gonna move 2 attacks.
afterwards.
Yeah. How do we get Cradle though?
Yeah, I'll take it. 3
You activate Sisse.
4.
Beats.
beats.
Then you need Bird
I
Wizard.
will.
Because like Amiel plus Cradle plus Bird Wizard does a thing.
Yeah, I got no effects on unstep.
Because we got the beats.
Actually,
But I think we're
Just-
choked on mana for that.
at your end step.
Interesting, Borset. I think we can pass though. I think
Yeah, I
no,
don't
we're
think there's a
done.
rush. Swords to Plowshares. What is this going after?
Oh, definitely Grim Hierarch,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you got
Definitely. I don't know. This is definitely Grim Hireling. How scared are we of the Grim Hireling when there's this many blockers in play?
I'm gonna show you a.
Yeah, because they have a spirit.
Oh, it seems like it might be that way. Yeah, here's a Fierce Guardianship. Triggering Remora again.
Remora.
So 2 cards before the turn even ends for Black Weltal off of this Mystic Remora.
I don't think I have a response to Fierce.
We'll see if there's any backup for Lisby.
Left, AJ?
Wisely held up some interaction.
Um,
Oh, hold
We're either
on.
dead
No,
to Shock on
no.
Shock's turn, or we're dead to AJ on
But
AJ's
we
turn.
have treasures, right?
um,
No, but we only have 2.
no,
Wow.
Yeah, that's
it,
not really a ton to
AJ,
get anything
go
done.
ahead from here.
And I was saying if we just
Honestly, I'm not even.
activate the Grim Hireling, turn
We'll
the
see, it's
image,
fine.
the
I
image
mean, like,
dies
it's not
on
a fast
target.
priority, but
Yeah.
The
I-
Dossie can't
That's,
block,
I'm going to pass on
but we can't kill the Sisse. So we can't
not a
get
fast
through
priority.
there.
Mhm.
We can kill the spirit for
After
Lisby.
not
Get in there.
untap.
But how do we get in the other way?
You
Okay,
can
let's
get
see.
in for sure on Lisby just by sending 2 attackers, which is probably the way to do it. Yeah, I think this is going to be tough. You have a manual activation already. You have 2 treasures dialed up. So maybe the answer is just send an attack, like a normal attack, and then activate.
You don't want to get rid of the 1/1 first?
Not really. I mean, I just don't think. I think you want to remove something from Black Weltel's board first, especially with an activation up.
Yeah, with an activation up, I guess nothing matters. So the question is, how do we get Tasiger off the board?
Right. And I'm not even sure that that's a question you want to answer. You could tutor up the Derevi. Or no, I'm sorry. Black Weltel can tutor up the Derevi. Haga needs to have a tutor for Derevi. If we have a tutor for Derevi, though, I think the game's just over.
That's what I was thinking. You just pass the turn, get Cradle, get the ready, and then try to figure something out. Okay, so
Well, I don't like giving a 1/1 to Black Weltel for planning on attacking.
Well, we definitely can't go through here, right?
It's intuition. Oh, maybe we're just sidestepping all of it. Sure. This is a way to do it for sure. Here's the intuition.
Intuition into the Remora. Unless you're just trying to set up breach.
Opposition agent from Lisby?
Oh, we cracked the treasures. No.
I mean, you can only activate as a sorcerer anyway, but
I would like to respond to the opposition.
oh man.
Oh,
and now Black Weltel can respond, and their tutor is gonna work for sure. Which I'm sure is what Lisby was holding it for, but intuition is just way too juicy for an opposition agent, to pass on. Holy cow.
So what do we get now? So we only get one. We only get one tutor, right?
Whatever you grab, it should be something that's going to help against.
We only get one card. What does this say? We don't get.
Yeah. Right.
Because of the opposition agent. So what do we get?
Well, I have to search here regardless.
Do we still get the bird wizard, or do we get the cradle?
I'm just saying, if you can get anything that's going to help with Oracle Consult, you should.
I mean, is it crazy to get something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna go search.
Like we could just go get.
cedh's a 4/4.
While you're doing that,
I mean, you have to beat an intuition. Like if this opposition agent into intuition resolves, like
you want to block the other players too.
That's a lot of stuff. So like maybe there's an argument to grabbing something like Lavinia now.
Yeah.
Now that like you have more, you have to beat.
Gotta love the oppo over spell table.
Yeah,
right. It certainly seems more appealing to me now because like Lisby could just be all right, piece of interaction, or whatever, and be like, all right, let's play it. You know, like you're shut down. So I now finally have time to start doing something. Like if Shocks are tutored Neoform, that doesn't even work anymore. Like
by the way, your sword.
This opposition agent represents so much of stopping what all these players are trying to do that I'm not sure that you care about anything else other than just getting some interaction anyway. Maybe like two pieces of interaction at tutor.
Shit, I might even get an Oko here.
All right, so
yeah, I mean, I don't think that's crazy, right? Because then you just elf the opposition agent, start getting stuff going.
Exactly.
Oh, we get to look at the hand, Flusterstorm and Eldritch Evolution. And Eldritch Evolution was a bird wizard, huh? And Flusterstorm was the backup to try to make the intuition work.
Oh, man.
Wow. Haga had it rolled up multiple ways, and this opposition agent just stops all of it.
I'm just going to message you what I want. Is that
okay? Sheesh.
That's what
really showing the power of a timely opposition agent. I tell you what.
Yeah, I think that we get
even if you do it the other way around, even if you go like Eldritch Evolution first, and it's like, okay, opposition agent, you get to intuition response. And no, not here. Sheesh. That is a giant beating.
Cancel, not
this card.
What is that?
Any other option I get, I think
the Lurs?
Of y'all.
We see the Derevi pulled to the front there.
So hold on.
Not sure. Thinking about it.
The thing is, I need to resolve the.
Hi, friends.
Thinking about that card still.
What can I do for you this time?
Okay.
Opposition agent with an intuition. Does my opponents get to see what I grab with the
This game's wild. I mean, Lisby seemed like they were completely out of it. And yeah, you wanted to play a Timna. Look at that. Swords to Plowshares plus opposition agent.
And we
They
had
want-
the interaction up, so I totally agree.
You know, I mean, for operating off of basically no mana the entire game, this opposition agent is among the best possible to get back in the game.
Because they're revealed. Intuition
So
specifically says to
timely.
reveal them.
Have a cut, please. 1, 2, 3.
As we finish resolving
That's
our cedh activation, remember they can grab a permanent with converting cost 4 or less, thanks to cedh being a 4/4 at the moment.
You're welcome.
So I'm sorry, 3 or less. 3 or less.
The way to solve
Why are we playing with my emotions? Flip the card.
by getting
Flip
this
the
card,
card.
which will be Lazav.
Lazav, the multifarious. It is the one and only.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we
Okay, that can
surveil.
copy Dranith, and then the opposition agent cards don't work.
I can pay X, and it becomes a copy of target creature in my graveyard for the mana color.
Boo.
Its name
What are you booing for? This is part of the equation. We're solving
Boo.
it.
Okay.
Are we a Lisby fan over here?
You weren't joking, Buggle.
Yeah, so let's see what the opposition. Now we know
Nope.
with the surveil and all that stuff, we know what's grabbed. Here's a Thassa's Oracle going to be grabbed. I think a command tower. Okay, sure. Yeah, what a consult, just have it all. Missing some blue lands for that, Lisby.
No, up agent doesn't matter. Up agent
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
even call it. The mana, the color, the mana pip doesn't matter. It's all can cast use mana of any color. So if the king does go Oracle consult here. Oh, okay.
Oh, silence. We already have the consult. Don't worry.
We already have the tainted pattern. Okay.
Does Lisby play these cards despite not being able to play the
Demonic Tutor in the graveyard.
the Thoracle? That would be gas.
All right.
Oh no, I think that's just hateful. I don't think Lisby plays Demonic Consultation or Tainted Pact.
Okay. I think that's what I want to grab. I feel like I grabbed in Thorkel, but it's 2, 1, 3.
Lisby's like, give me some mana, give me some interaction, and you know what? You're not winning with Thoracle, so taste it.
No tainted pack.
No Tainted Pact. Wow.
We just hate taking this Oracle. I would love to see it.
It's just hateful, so hateful. Wow.
Just so you know,
That's
opposition agent
incredible.
always face up.
No, there's
I like
no
your
tainted
style.
pack in this.
I like your style.
Okay. So like Praetor's
Demonic
Wrath,
Tutor.
for example.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every single
So
thing
we-
that is exiled is
How does
exiled
this work?
default face up, unless an effect says.
X.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
X Lazav. Because a copy of target creature in target graveyard. We converted by the cost X.
We're good then, yeah.
Except
Oh, you read Lazav the Multifarious? You don't know what that card does? Come
No,
on.
I don't. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Not a staple in my mind.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Well, I got you covered. Blue, black, 1/3 shapeshifter. It is battlefield. Surveil 1. Look at a tough card. You put it at the bottom, obviously. Pay X. Becomes a copy of target creature in your graveyard with burning cost X, except its name is Lazav the Multifarious. It's legendary in addition to its other types, and it has this ability.
That's how I refer to it.
Oh, so because this Relic of Legend is coming in clutch. I'm like,
Oh,
how
yeah.
does it
Correct.
become a
Still have the
Janet or
same
it
name.
taps to Lazav?
Lazav is-
Hi.
I don't know.
This Relic of Legends is
Dranith, the
nasty.
Multifarious.
As I think we are doing that now. It looks like we're making a Lazav, a clone of Dranith. I see Dranith pulled up a little bit there
I will.
ahead of everything happening. So now we're back. We're back in stacks. We got Dothy. We got Opposition Agent. We got Dranith Magistrate. We just got it all. That opposition, and of course that intuition should be in the exile underneath Dothy Boyd Walker.
Don't
imagine
we?
look at that
Shouldn't we
character
still
something.
go to combat there?
It makes
Am I being silly? I would have swung the Najila, wouldn't you?
That was my thought.
Yeah, the Najila at Black Weltal is certainly a reasonable attack. Like, I don't think there's anything in the graveyard you can copy that like blows you out for that. So yeah, I would have sent both at Black Weltal most likely.
Well,
Yeah, just try to make some money here, because you can eventually you have the Grim Harlot, so you can get rid of the Oppo.
I will put 5.
Well, I'm not sure it's good for you to get rid of the Oppo. There's a silence and all these cards.
All right.
Is there counter magic I can use?
Yeah, but the Janus checks that, right?
There's an intuition.
Yeah, but that's
Sure.
to a 8.
Okay.
This is a deluge that we remember that we
The
gave
deluge
him.
that was
Yeah,
been
yeah.
there for the last 2 turn cycles. Yeah, I'll pay $1 million or whatever. Shockster says, all right, look, you guys put creatures back in play again. Don't love that. Let's put it all in the trash can.
So.
And to the trash can, it seems like things are gonna go. We cracking Dothy?
I would like to.
I mean, Dothy is live. We want to.
I mean, the opposition is about to go away. So you get to just be like, okay, Dothy, name,
choose a
intuition.
card. Intuition,
Yep,
let it resolve.
Yeah, I've chosen intuition.
We probably do
Delicious.
deluge to resolve, right?
You don't need a cast it, right? It's until the end of turn.
Until the end of turn, yeah.
Like, I can't do anything.
And then the opposition agent goes away and we just did intuition. This seems fine.
Seems fine.
We got the card from Mystic Remora. Handled that before we did anything else.
We're not flustering here, no sir.
It unlocks Lisby to.
So the fluster is now free on the intuition.
Yeah, I mean, we know about a fluster. I think that's part of what Lisby was saying here is like, you need to fluster this because otherwise Black Weltle gets, you know, all this. And then Black Weltle's like, well, oh, maybe I don't want to crack Dothy. I think that's what's happening right here. Because Haga has priority.
Oh, you can no, you don't fluster the deluge here. Oh, is that the
sure?
conversation?
There's a reason why I did.
I think so. I think that's what we're talking about right now. That Tundra is getting tapped. We know the cards in the hand for Haga are Eldritch Evolution and Fluster. So there's one castable, and Flusterstorm it is.
So 2 spells on the stack, so you have to pay 3.
Yeah. I will have a mystic.
Trigger Mystic Remora. The problem is Black Weltle's still very ahead.
Yes, that's the thing that I was concerned about.
I mean,
there's
a source of Plowshares under Dothy, so that can swords opposition agent. And then Weltle can start cedh tutoring again.
I don't like that. But that's the only. Oh, okay.
Well, what are we packing?
I got nothing for pack.
Yours Dothy's
what?
safe, by the way, isn't it?
Yes.
We're packed in a copy.
No.
I have.
So we're cracking the Dothy.
Oh wow, we are. We're packing a copy and forcing the other copy. Black Weltle wants this to resolve. Cracking on opposition.
Yeah,
I mean, that's fine. It all seems fine
Yeah.
with Black Weltle, but having to pay for a pack, it's tough.
You know, I never thought I'd be fighting so hard.
Real tough.
Creatures.
Especially if all the creatures die. I mean, that's your entire turn.
I was gonna say, it feels bad, but like at the same time,
You lose Remora, you lose everything.
You lose your creatures. You have to pay for pact.
Yeah, I misplayed on that culling ritual.
Which at the moment seems slim. But that's 4 mana. No, 5 with the relic.
Yeah, we have 5 exactly, but once again, it's your entire turn. You lose fish, you lose everything else.
There it is.
Someone might blow up your relic, is what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe. I mean, that's obviously worst case scenario, but I'm talking about just like if nothing else happens.
Excellent.
And yeah, that's what happens. Here comes the entire battlefield hits the graveyard. Black Weltle wants the deluge to resolve, and it does. Wow. I did not expect that.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, I will.
Is the intuition that great?
It's about to be, it seems. I mean, maybe get something like a Cabal Ritual and just help with all of your problems here.
Okay, so no. So what do we cut the Dothy for?
Yeah.
Unclear, as we have passed turn and Dothy cards did not get cast. Shockster just passed turn. Lisby plays Command Tower for turn. Okay. Well, now it might be like Timno time or whatever.
From exile.
We casted the silence.
Seems that way, yeah. Silence.
Hold on. Lisby just has combo wrapped up.
What combo? We only have 4 mana. What is the combo?
Ryan, why are we silencing up? Have you ever seen a value silence here, Mr. Drake?
Rarely. Very rarely.
Okay. Here we go.
Like I've seen one used to clear the way for a Ristic. That's it.
We're going for something here, and I'm here for it. I'm here. I don't know what this something is for, man.
Is it supposed to like scare people? Because like I mean, Thassa's Oracle is in the exile zone. You can cast it. I just don't see it taking back on Lisby's list or a demonic consultation.
I don't either.
Yeah, I have nothing for it.
I pass.
The issue.
What are we? Am I crazy? Did I miss it? Maybe I
Listen,
missed
here
it.
we go. Here we go.
All
3
right,
mana.
3 mana. What is happening?
3 mana
Okay.
dark side.
So I'll take 2.
Dark side makes 1, 2, 3.
Doxa doesn't make anything. Yeah. What?
Cast.
Okay.
Lisby has not missequenced for me since yet. Okay. That was the first part of the
There's the
process.
dark side you mentioned. Yep. Okay. 0, 2, 1.
3 treasures.
All right. Here's 3. Do we have Drip Dockside combo stuff going on?
What do we go from here? Is there is this
mana.
pod? But pod doesn't work. Natural order, that doesn't work either.
Why don't those
So
cards?
this might have to be for
It doesn't win, I don't
using.
think. Kiki Jiki. Make another Dockside, make 3. Eldritch Evolution, Dockside, grab Felidar Guardian, that wins.
But you gave me a card. I appreciate it.
Hardcast, Kiki, copy, Dockside. Okay.
I forgot.
That's
Yeah.
a line.
Earlier, so
That's what I've come up with. That's what I got. If it's not that, I'm confused.
Okay.
Thank
If it's
you.
not that, I'm very
You're
confused.
welcome. I love you too. Have fun.
Did we miscount?
It's possible. I mean, like you mentioned, I've seen nothing but tight plays from Lisby overall, and yeah, here comes just a ton of mana on this. A lot.
That's a mood.
Most
That is a mood.
Reasonable.
You can do it in the
I
other
have more
order. You can just play
spells, so,
Felidar
I
Guardian
gotta
here.
get it in when I can.
Mhm.
The flicker. Yeah, so either order works. Either
Cast
flicker,
it.
Dockside.
And there is the Felidar. I mean, we
Oh
see
my
that card. There's
goodness.
Felidar Guardian. Okay.
Yeah,
The
that makes
flicker,
sense.
Dockside gives you
That's
3.
gross.
Gives you
Think about
three.
it.
Either
charges.
dock. Okay, but
Yeah,
you still can't do that, right?
You can't hard cast it, but Eldritch Evolution doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, Eldritch doesn't work here.
Wait, no. Karmic Guide is in the
Cast
deck,
them
so
up
you
fast.
can Eldritch Evolution the Felidar, get Karmic Guide.
Buy back Felidar, but how do you get to
That's
Kiki?
pass.
How do we
that's
get to
the move
Kiki?
here.
We'd have to have it
I'm
hand.
okay with
Cast
it.
it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm here for this. Let's go.
Look, we're piecing it together. We're along for the ride.
Another 4 mana.
4 mana. Right.
Has to be
This-
if it's birthing pod.
Okay, yeah. Finale.
Finale.
X
X
equals
is
I have
2.
enough treasures, so.
What is
yeah,
that?
draw.
It Drannith.
Where are we? Why are we rewinding? Oh, we drew a card off Mystic Remora from the finale.
Finale
Finale
for
X is
2?
2.
I have no idea how I'm gonna come
What is
up
the
with
2
That-
from?
Drannith. Okay. We have decided that
We miscounted.
we don't have
Okay.
it.
I thought we had more treasures than we did. But
And
go
it's time to
ahead,
pass through.
Jared. I think I'm
All
done
right,
with
that's
that.
fair.
I
That's
think I
fair.
got
We
my
haven't
goal
wrapped up
set,
next
so-
turn.
That's
Kiki
very
goes
fair.
right
All right, there's a pact you have
Yeah,
to
and
pay
there's 3
for. So
ways.
let's remember to
It's
do
counting more
that,
treasures.
or things get really bad really
Oh,
Oh
fast.
man, there's been some plays where people allow you to play your turn, like what
What?
they're doing now.
Oh no, you can't
So-
pay. You can't pay for Mr. Cabal. You have
Yeah.
a pack trigger.
I would like to.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so that's
Oh,
the
that's-
thing. So
that's
after
not good.
this, you put the pack trigger on the stack,
Oh,
and you're
no.
like, oh, I don't have the 5 mana, and I die.
Cards I have.
Oh lordy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do they walk it back? So all it is someone has to remember the pack trigger and place it on the stack. Was the pack counted? Maybe chat can tell us. I saw packs resolved.
Well, there was 2 fluster storms, so it doesn't make sense.
Tough.
I think we pacted one fluster and forced the other
Hey, guys.
fluster.
Hello.
Hold
We
up.
got information that a pack trigger may or may not have been missed.
Maybe, I
Oh,
mean,
I
maybe
think
it,
I
maybe
counted.
it
It was
It was
a
kind of
count.
by
didn't go that way,
force of
and
will.
there's no
Maybe
pack.
it
But I
did.
thought I saw a
Maybe
pact
force of
resolve.
will. Just double checking. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
We actually talked
We're
about that
picking
earlier.
up cards.
It wasn't recorded.
Well, we play
Oh,
on.
no.
Thank you.
I guess the
We will not
Force-
be the pod that misses triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, not anymore.
all right, cool.
Okay.
Have fun.
So
But we
yeah, I
were
guess the
wrong.
pact was going after
let's see.
something,
How do I
and the force countered it.
be
I don't know what happened to the fluster storm then.
here?
So we drew a bunch of cards. from the Remora. We paid for it, and we have a lot of cards in hand, but a Dradas in play. So what is our game plan here? We just make sure Lisby doesn't win?
I'm not so sure on those just
Yeah?
yet. I gotta cast a couple spells.
On
I
board,
mean, what does
we
that
just
even look
I
like?
don't know what to cast.
Like what?
we just have to figure out how to way to interact with either the Burson
So
pod
who asked for
or the Eldritch Evolution.
I asked first.
I did.
Uh,
I asked. I
I'm-
didn't first.
yes.
I think
I
I'll give
mean,
it to you.
yeah, basically any way to
Joster.
get a
I don't
Kiki.
have a spirit token
from
so just show me
here.
a little mirror.
I imagine if Lisby's willing to burn a
So
finale
I'm going
to get a Drannith to live another turn, there's more tutors dialed up.
cast this fiend artist.
Really, anything that stops tutors is probably good enough. Here's a fiend artisan.
So
I
it
like that
is
card.
1, 2, 3.
That one looks potentially
4,
overpaid for.
5. It's
Paid 1 for fish, 2 for
7,
fiend
7.
artisan. We have a mana
That's a
tapped.
big fiend artisan.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
pretty big, yeah.
We're coming
And
down
it
to
is big. We should have power toughness check on that one.
I would like to.
it's making the Sylvan library look not nearly as good.
Cast this.
I need me a
Decklists.
Relic of Legends. This card been overperforming.
So
Indeed, it has.
down to
I'm
7.
on board with
1,
whatever
2,
deck is
4,
playing
5,
this. I'm
6.
here.
Deathrite Shaman added to the mix as well. A little bit of
I would
mana
like
rebuild.
that.
We've seen Black Weltle do quite a bit of that so far this game. And Mystic Remora, a big part of getting it done here in the late game, as only 2 cards in hand for Haga. A great
Well, I
stark
would hope
contrast
that
to
you
all the
can
card
have
advantage that the
solved
cedh decks has been
Lisby
able to
Warrior.
accumulate over the course of this game
I got
via both
I only have
tutors
2
and
cards
just
in
Mystic
hand.
I
Remora.
Fair
ain't
enough.
doing anything.
Sorry.
I kind of got
Potentially
the better 5 color deck
a bunch of
confirmed?
cards,
I
so-
don't, for the record, I do not have the win in hand. So, like,
This is
Top
this.
decks, that top decks. That
I assume that's an
I'll
altered
pass
Tasigur.
the
Did a
turn.
Tasigur get killed? Did I miss that?
On tap.
I believe that is a
Sylvan
spirit.
Library.
Tessigar got killed to the
Mhm.
deluge, it
3.
looked like. And so we have
Oh, Sisei
now
was
a
that big?
spirit.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Spirit Sisei
I'm
was
just going to keep
the
one
full
of these.
5 at the end because Lazov
Seems like the
popped it
correct
up 1
choice.
more.
Was all pumped in. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to play
And
the
now
Flats.
we have
That's
Marsh
really good.
Flats
You shuffle away those 2 cards. You
and
did.
no
I would like to shuffle
No
away those 2
Oppo.
cards. I
no
don't
Oppo, so we can go ahead and fetch
Yours.
that out. Can't cast Tasker. There's still there's a Dragonth in play again, as there seems to have been quite a few times over the course of this game.
Good magic card. Check.
I am looking
Indeed.
for my underground sea, which I don't think it's in my graveyard.
By the way, gentlemen, this is
Take
a
a
wonderful
look. It's
game.
going to be
I don't care
Underground
what
Sea.
Yeah, this is
What is happening? Where-
This has been a fun.
What happened? I
game.
thought this was a
I
I
turban
haven't done
tournament.
anything except for my
Are,
last
are
turn.
players been done?
Are
losing
you
to
dissatisfied
satisfied
with the speed with which these
actually
games have ended,
been,
Ashani?
yeah.
I thought you liked some
Good.
nice long green magic.
I am totally here for some long, fair grain magic here.
2, 3, 1.
Not enough
Yeah.
Timnas in the
Nice.
command zone
Also,
for my
you can
liking.
get-
Not enough.
Not enough Timnas. I didn't know you were such a Timna
You've been
apologist.
valid.
Listen, I like my
You are
training
valid.
wheels. I like my training
Thanks.
wheels.
Training wheels. Okay. See, I personally have found it
I'm
harder
going
to win when I put
start
Timna in the
off
command zone than otherwise.
Listen,
by
Drake, you found it hard to win
casting this
to
Mystic
begin
Remora.
with. So let's
Ooh, now we're okay.
Let's go
Now
there.
Ashani's the toxic, the corrosive. As Mystic Remora added to the mix for Shockster.
I'm not countering it. I promise.
Oh,
Okay.
here is
I got one card.
Yeah, you got a card. I'm an enlightened tutor. I'm actually
no,
gonna
nobody's
take
allowed to
it.
clip. We're responding
Taking my
with
fish.
Enlightened
Yeah,
Tutor
Shockster, you can
to
kill
this
one.
Mystic Remora.
Oh, I have 2/1.
See exactly what we can get off
Enlightened
that
Tutor's
one.
good. Can we get the search?
I will pat. Well, I guess it's not to me.
Oh,
What do you?
sorry.
Underworld
I
Breach
have-
still
I've got
not
no
good.
reference, you're good.
Okay.
we gotta
I'm gonna
just
go
get
for
our
research.
own Remora or Ristic study here.
Only way to
Yeah.
get back into this.
Seems good.
Fair.
I think we need to worry about surviving this upcoming combo
Keep one of
turn.
them.
Anything else?
I'm just not optimistic about that ever mattering. Like maybe it might supposed to be Nature's Will. Oh no, it's Ristic
And
Study.
that's
All right.
Ristic study. Yeah.
We're here for a long time, not a good time.
1,
Draw
2,
engines are
3,
being played. We're
4,
going for our own
5.
draw engine, and I don't know where we're delving because
Yeah.
Tessica is not castable. So I hope we
Tasker-
remember.
Is Tasker in hand? I didn't think so.
You know, you,
Did he get bounced?
Oh, yeah,
I
never
thought he
mind.
got killed.
I thought I got killed too.
I will delve out Tasigur.
Well, Lisby has a
okay.
Drannith.
Oh.
Yep, and we're pointing to that Drannith pretty quick. And let's roll that back. All the cards.
Listen,
are back
that's
in the
just
graveyard.
cruel. We know he was casting a Tasica. We could have pointed a little earlier.
It could have been a treasure cruise. Could have been anything.
That could have been a dig through time. Okay, whatever.
I saw you cast that card yesterday.
Hey, good card, good card. What can I say? What
No
can I
arguments
say?
here. Big Dick Gem fan.
All
All
right.
right, Lisby. We didn't really have enough to assemble a win last turn. Do we have it this turn? 4 mana tapped very quickly.
Cast my
Timna.
for the first time this game.
All right.
Seems pretty good.
With the floating colorless.
We gotta
1
get
mana
the
floating.
three.
Cast that. Never mind. You guys have a million things going on. Never mind. Okay.
Three
go
what?
To
I thought we had needed a 3-drop, but we don't.
combat.
Yeah, we
we're
don't have the
just
mana for that. No, we're just
Shock,
beat down. It's Beach Street.
And then
we need card draw.
Timna can't attack. All right, yeah, here comes some 1 power creatures.
How big is Felidar?
A lot of 1 power creatures to be precise. 2 spirits controlled by Shockster. So I have to imagine that the Felidar Guardian, the Drannith, both coming at Shockster, and a Dockside coming at Haggett is my guess for how this attack step's going.
Draw 2.
My Felidar got a dumpy. Thank you, Cal. Incredible content from the Playing with Power technician himself, who's doing a great job.
See if I can.
Oh, we didn't
right.
even. No blocking. Okay,
No
that's
blocks
good.
at all. I kind of respect it from Shockster. Keep the creatures around. You know, you have to basically wrath your creatures to deny the draw, and that's all you're doing with it. As an overgrown tomb,
Do we remember early in this game that Lisby was so far behind, not hitting lines? And look at what.
I mean, I'm looking now. Sean, you have to remember too that there's been like 2 or 3 wraths cast. We've Toxic Deluge twice. We've Culling Ritual once. I mean, there's been so much extension to this game because every player that gets overwhelmingly ahead just gets wrathed. So it's just, you know, Lisby eventually is going to be able to play some lands and catch up. There are lands in the deck somewhere.
Somewhere. What a lovely game.
What a lovely
Good
game.
fear
Indeed.
magic. You know, people get your Timna Thrasios back up. It's Timna time.
It's Timna time. You want Thrasios too?
No, never mind.
Get these. I mean, we don't have to push it, but we can see it's
that solves it.
I've heard Timna Thrasios is dead from some very, very credible resources.
Listen, I saw so too, but clearly mid-range is here to stay, and Timna Thrasios is king of mid. Changed my mind.
That good?
You know, I would argue that Lisby's deck looks to be far more king of mid-range than anything Timna Thrasios has ever presented, but I'd probably get burned at the stake for that one too, and I've already made the Get Wrong players angry, so we're gonna cut our losses. And I'll let you have
what
it.
did you say about the Get Wrong, sir?
Deck's not good. Deck's just not good at all.
You're not good. Get out of here.
I feel like
Absolutely.
Shawty, I'm sorry, was the last time
trash.
you played it? When you got tired of
Okay.
losing? All right,
Whoa,
whatever. You know,
whoa,
whatever.
okay.
Mystic
All
Aurora
right.
is paid for by Black Weltle.
And then we didn't need to go there, good sir. That's a little harsh. We're hitting a sore spot there, but that's okay. You know what? Just for you, we'll put the frog back together. Let's
All
go.
right, do it then. Whatever. I can start to farm you more. I'm tired of you having blue cards in your hand.
Sacrifice a creature, or do I do thief?
Fair. The blue addiction is a problem. I'll tell you what.
It is. It hits different, huh? It gets you.
It hits different. The blue and the John. That's where I'm at.
I don't know about the Jund. That Corville deck ain't it, pal.
Uh,
It's better than Frog. I'll give you that. It does look better than
Oh
Frog.
yeah. I agree.
I agree with that. Yeah, you're not there. You're not. You know what? We get some tier list content go. Let's just cover the whole range. We get some ban lists. We get some tier lists. Just all the engagement.
yeah, that's fine.
We're here for it.
I'm going to.
We're making some mana. Paid for the Remora Relic of Legends MVP for me. For this.
Yeah, this Relic of Legends has actually just been incredible. I have one in my casual deck, and now I'm just like, am I supposed to be playing this and see it? This card looks insane. Like alongside Essica? Oh, come on. This card.
Well, first you gotta play creatures. Let's calm down.
True.
Yeah,
A tough hurdle. Favoral
Yeah,
Elder
tough
added to the mix. That functions as a pretty sweet Bloom Tender
Oh
effect.
my
Not
gosh.
hasty.
What's wrong with blue Favoral Elder? It makes a ton of mana.
Oh no,
And,
I love the
this is
card.
a-
I was talking about your
Do I
comment about
attack
creatures
them?
being a
That's
tough
true.
hurdle.
It's a tough hurdle. Put some creatures in your
Okay.
deck's a tough
Attack
hurdle.
with this
That's fair.
feisty.
Love the
female.
lands, but I have a problem with the
It is a
creatures.
pretty
No,
feisty
fair enough.
feature,
Fair enough.
Yeah. Big. I would argue that I'm a much more card type land enjoyer than card type creature enjoyer.
I'm going to move to discard.
But card type instant remains king.
And
It's a good one.
I'm gonna
Another
put
tier list.
up-
Get your card type tier list going. Let's get that one drummed up. Haven't had enough tier lists in my
I'm
life.
going to discard this consultation.
You need a chart for your
Discard
tier
step.
list?
Alright.
Discard demonic consultation. What'd you
This time
say?
I have 7 cards.
Do you
1,
need a
2, 3,
chart
4,
for your
5,
tier
6,
list?
7.
I do need. Well, a tier list is already kind of a
For the
chart,
camera,
right?
I
So
will,
you know,
Fine.
Yeah.
so they can
maybe
see it.
maybe a tier list. Tier list.
And
I'd mess with that.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Tier
AJ.
list, tier
Cool.
list.
I'm
My
gonna
God.
tap.
We
Give
paid
Jake
for
what he
more.
needs.
We paid
Give
more
Jake
mana.
what
We
he
passed a
needs.
turn. No Fiend Artisan activation. That's only a sorcery speed, right? So we're just not planning on activating this thing.
Attempt to cast my
I mean,
Mystic.
what are we trying to get?
Oh,
This isn't the
no.
command.
Yeah,
I can't
Pokemon.
It's
pay.
tough out here for a Sisei player.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, I agree. We went out of our way to put this Fiend Artisan in
Dude, I
play.
Mystics good.
I feel like we
It's a
probably
chunky
activate
boy.
it. It is a chunky boy. We're not even attacking with it though. It's just a
I
moat.
will untap.
Don't attack me. As Haga untapped plays Mystic passes very quickly, makes a lot of sense. Remora paid for my Shockster, and now I imagine the casting of spells that are non-creature is going to grind to a halt. And as we've seen Lisby do time and time again, that Timna is going to start to take over if everyone's just sitting behind Mystics, not casting spells.
Cry about Dranet.
Timna, this is where Timna reigns
A
king.
mood.
Yep, we're not sitting
Come
behind
on,
our
Timna's a
draw
woman.
engine.
Queen, get Queen. Come on, come on.
Oh, I apologize. Oh, my shame on me. Shame on me.
Correct.
Queen.
All right. Timna, your card draw queen.
Card draw queen. There we go.
Is that a
So
Fetty Wap song?
shame on you to think I listen to Fetty Wap.
I'm not even speaking real.
I don't want to hear with your lame
That's some quality
artist,
content. Unlike creatures, that's quality content.
Oh my goodness.
Let's
God,
go to
had-
combat.
Alrighty. So we're gonna draw.
Do we have a
from-
Kiki
You're
yet,
gonna give me
Lisby?
one for
Can
Timna
you put
Pocket?
us out of our misery? No?
Let's
Okay, here
make
comes an
sure that you're
attack.
being attacked.
Okay.
We need a draw two.
That's fair.
Sure. I mean, a draw
swing,
two ain't nothing to sneeze
two,
at. It's more than these
AJ.
Remoras are going to draw with Lisby basically only playing creatures the entire game.
So me.
Oh, maybe some Forbidden Orchard blocker action. I see you. Welto reaching for the Forbidden Orchard. We're gonna get some orchard tricks.
Okay. You can spin it, AJ.
Haga has their orchard too. We can just orchard it up. Try to do like a
Shoot.
double block on Timna. Nothing.
Mhm.
No movement.
No,
Okay.
wow, that
Because I want
That
to be
was
as
free,
safe as
right?
possible right now against.
kill a Timna.
Depends.
No, we could have killed the Timna.
We could have killed the Timna, but I wouldn't say it's free. I mean, you have to tap mana. Give one once
Give back-
to people that might not
give-
actually block it.
Cast the Thassa's
Give back a little
Oracle.
cost.
Do it.
Alright,
Do it.
know,
3
they're
mana.
built different.
Oh my gosh.
It's a blocker.
All right.
Play
Oh, that's 2 mana.
2 mana for Vexing Shusher.
It's a strong magic card.
It can be. It's interesting to me to play Vexing Shusher in a deck of mostly creatures, given that creatures are already really hard to counter to
We'll
begin
pay
with.
the Floristic.
I mean,
We'll pay for Floristic.
yes.
That's part of the value of creatures, right? Like if you're talking about playing a creature deck at cedh, a lot of the draw to doing this thing to begin with is all your cards. Yeah, they cost more. Creatures are more expensive than spells, just traditionally, but your cards are also extremely hard to counter and also don't feed fishes and stuff, right? Like there's a load of advantages you get by filling your deck with creatures over spells, and among those is a lot harder to counter. So putting a Vexing Shusher in your deck's just like, I mean, it is really cute to do the tricks where you punch through other people's spells. So like, if a
Right.
win is attempted, somebody goes to fight, you're like, okay, yeah, that piece of interaction is uncountable. And that's where I think Vexing Shusher really gets a lot of its secret hidden value. People on the surface are very attracted to making your own spells uncounterable, but I actually think there's a lot more value to be had in making your opponent's spells uncounterable, which sounds kind of ridiculous on the surface.
I agree with that. The only problem is this play style of it. For a deck that doesn't want to leave mana
Okay,
kind
so
of
everybody-
tap out decks on your main
Yeah.
phase, you don't have to leave up mana as a now play the interactive
go
deck.
ahead.
And I don't think that's where you want to be, but I could be wrong.
So
It's a card that I wish I would play more in
From
non-blue
that-
decks. It's just that normally you gotta
Yeah.
leave up some
Okay,
amount of
well.
mana for it. And, if we're not here
That's
to
true.
interact,
Although Lisby's been leaving up mana. I mean,
Can't pass
Lisby flashed in the swords on the opposition agent, so maybe you're just underrating how often the deck holds. up.
listen, Lisby is
So,
a
I'm missing
discipline.
Master.
discipline.
So update from the table, 10 minutes left in the round. So this game, which, seems like it is not even close to an end, will be forced to be close to an end thanks to the round clock. And I mean, we've seen Lisby in spots like this getting low on time,
Let's do it.
games grinding to a halt, be able to
I
punch
would like
through a
to
win
get another
eventually. And
graveyard
Vexing
shift.
Trisha may be
Is
part of the
another
plan
one in
there.
somewhere?
There's
As
a Marsh Flats.
Land being eaten by Deathrite Shaman. A lot of
So,
mana being tapped here by Weltle.
3, 4
A lot of
mana.
mana. Wow.
So make
Nice.
7 mana.
Is this a planeswalker?
I would like to
What's
cast.
this?
I mean,
This
the
is-
biggest planeswalker is only
Chromatic
4.
Orrery.
Oh, Chromatic Orrery?
And my
Wow. I didn't even know that card was in the
That's
deck.
big.
You got the
That's
text box in that one off the top of your head,
Yeah.
Ashani?
Absolutely not.
It's more if I move on.
Well,
to
let me
the
help
next
you.
one, she'll draw
7 mana, legendary artifact. You may spend in mana as
yeah.
though it were mana of any
How many
color.
cards you have,
It taps to make
AJ?
5 colorless mana,
One.
and you can pay 5 and
Uh,
tap it to draw a
Lisby
card for
or
each color among
control?
permanents you
'Cause I'm feeding
control.
y'all so that you can interact with Lisby. At this point.
You in? 7 mana artifact?
Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that. We got that on screen for you. How about that one, huh?
And now I
Chromatic Orrery. 5 mana. Right there.
Hit someone in the face. with
That's
Works
a
with
lot of
Derevi.
cards.
It just like
it's not that
activates
big.
Sisse, does the Derevi thing, huh?
Tap the Orrery
So
for
you
5.
draw, what are we drawing? 4 here?
I don't think we have
So
5
you
mana. I think we're
Mayhem Devil?
casting something.
Is
We're
it-
casting Mayhem Devil. That leaves 2 mana left over.
Yep. You has a mayhem.
Yeah, this,
Oh,
this
okay.
card's like expensive, I think. It's like just a casual EDH banger.
So we tap it to add how 5 colorless?
5 colorless. You can spend mana as though or mana of any color.
Okay, so technically that's okay. Never seen this card before.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
put
I need
more
to-
casual EDH. Look,
Yeah,
look
I
at
need
It
to-
doesn't
yeah,
always have to
yeah.
be powerful cards, powerful formats. Sometimes it can be kind of mediocre cards in lower power
Listen,
formats.
Here's my problem, Drake. When
Okay,
I
what's
try to
that?
build lower power decks,
I'd like to cast.
I can't. I just
You
want to
can't.
put the busted six in there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
tough. It's tough.
It is really tough.
Draw.
And now we're casting Survival of the
Remember what
Fittest.
I
Well, that
said,
triggers a
I
lot of
am
things.
trying to get y'all into
And
this
the
game.
Rhystic Studies, the
Yeah,
Mystic
I got
Wars,
it.
they're certainly getting fed now. Survival of the Fittest represents a lot more tutors. Maybe
So,
can supplement the Sisse
From
effect.
that, I'm going to.
So we have one
because
colored. No, we can
this
make mana of
is
any color,
state
right?
business.
Yeah, it makes you can spend mana. It's all free. Mana costs don't matter anymore. You just need mana
Mana
quantity.
cost- Okay, got it.
Boy, my favorite.
That's
I'm gonna
the
reach
functional
out for
text box
while
there.
you're doing that.
And 1 mana left over the form of Forbidden Orchard.
Play
Now,
Artist.
Haga untapping with 5 cards. Previously had 1 before the Rhystic Study.
Um,
So a little bit of
practice
juiced
with
up
the
again.
artist.
Playing a land and
That's
quickly
okay,
fetching
I'm
with
gonna
Misty
walk on.
Rainforest.
Are y'all okay with me representing
As the
style,
pioneer
you know,
of
for-
this
for how big it is?
so
Yeah, that's
new
fine, yeah.
Najila revamped,
I
what
wanna
can
make
we
sure to
do
ask,
for this?
I'm not trying to misrepresent.
Breach is offline.
Breach not working is
Dawn
not great.
seems-
Maximum clarity.
Dawn seems a little low.
Najila
Um,
offline doesn't work, and your
the
Thoracle's in
Najila-
exile.
Oh my! So nothing here. Just
Not much. If you remove
Not
Drannith,
much.
Najila's back online. You know, you do have a
Yeah,
good
my
person
brain
to
was
attack in the form of
Yeah.
Shoxer. Only 1/1s to block. So you have some good Najila farming that you could do if you could get it going again. But I think the best card for you to cast by far, sadly, is Ad Nauseam, and you're at 22 life.
Why? You don't like King
So
Fish?
Not
not a
really.
great
Not fair.
spot to be.
Yeah, I was saying.
I was
I
gonna
think
play a talisman, and I'm like, what the hell
Jared
am I
keeps
doing
saying I'm
now?
the threat right now, but like that board is.
And yeah, we basically just fetched and passed the turn.
It is, but I don't have Dockside, so the
Assassin's
That's-
Trophy coming down.
And I can't
that's
cast
most
it.
likely going after
So,
the
like, I get
planets,
it,
correct?
But you were close.
Yeah, it would
I'm not
seem
saying
that
I'm the last person on
way,
the part of it, but
especially if it were on the
Assassin's
instep
Trophy
here.
targeting- targeting-
Let's see exactly what
A
we're going to
lot
be
of-
targeting. Yeah, it triggers Fish, triggers Rhystic, triggers everything.
You can have it.
A lot of draw engines to go through.
I can't pay fish.
Yeah, there's a lot of draw to try to win through. And now, I mean, this Vexing Shusher, we were kind of making fun of it before, but it's going
Oh.
great. Yeah.
not
Here's a
paying
SWAT
all three.
With the Shusha on board. Let's
with
go.
Shusher on board. Wow. That's a good SWAT to have. I tell you what.
I will pass on SWAT.
What do you
Yes,
SWAT it
that's
to
fine.
if you're Lisby? What are you the most scared
Oh,
of? Is it
just-
survival?
Have an offer.
Offer you can't refuse? Oh no.
I can't.
Oh no, not like this. No, oh no. Oh
Okay.
no, Shawnee, not like
you're
this.
giving me
Oh,
I'll
no.
hit him with the Shusha activation.
You can't
Oh no, Shawnee.
I'm gonna slow roll him a little.
Oh yeah,
hit
there's
him
a
with
little
the
slow roll.
activation.
Make it big. Let's see if there's any tricks.
Yeah.
I think the
Ah, so you
spell
can
still
treasure
resolves,
raiders.
and you still make the treasures too.
That's what I was gonna say, right?
Oh,
Oh, that is
oh,
beautiful.
God.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
It says
Oh.
counter target non.
That brought a
no,
tear
no.
to my eye. Lovely.
Oh,
Absolutely
no.
I still make
stunning.
2.
Not
Yeah, we
like
can get a
this.
judge though. We can get a judge.
Yeah, go ahead
Oh,
and ping so that clarity is there.
that's a brutal one.
We're on
Wow.
to-
That's-
let's play.
That's
I know.
really
We're
tough.
responding again.
Okay, we got more
Well,
things. We got more. Okay,
So we're
hold
gonna
on.
put a bunch of interaction on the stat to burn out the green mana. It doesn't have 2 treasures.
I told myself.
It doesn't have the treasures yet. Yeah, okay.
And then you ran right into it.
There has to be 2 more pieces of interaction.
Just to fight the SWAT.
Yes.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
I
They
can't
all
select
want the
a
Dreadnoughts,
spot,
go on.
Shock cast an offer. I can't.
I guess that's true.
On deflecting SWAT, I make it Vexing Shisher uncounterable. Upon resolution, I still get 2
All right.
treasures.
So update. We're getting a judge call. We can see by the hand waving a little bit. They're just confirming with the judge to make sure you do make the treasures. And based on the reading of the card, get a look at offer. You can't refuse. It looks like it, as part of just resolving it, its control creates the 2 treasures. It doesn't look for the spell to be countered this way, which reads to me like 2 treasures coming for Lisby, which is
So the Vexing Shisher
brutal.
is
There's no 2 ways
deflecting
about it.
SWAT, or is
That's
already
brutal.
an offer you
I
can
mean,
deflect?
obviously, there's some amount of
Yeah, it's
drawing
making
the other
SWAT
players to
uncounterable.
interaction that can be done here
And then we're
to
wondering
rely on
what
the
would
other
offer
players to try to fight through the
resolve
deflecting
the
SWAT, like you
counters
mentioned.
until the treasures.
Because of course there are 3
Um,
drawings in
Offer is
play
going
here.
to resolve and do everything that it can.
But
So it can't counter the spell, but it can.
it certainly looks
Fair enough.
brutal from up here. It certainly looks brutal.
Definitely.
This might just be your way out, but it's a tough way to do it.
Like to
It's-
point your
Does that-
assassin trophy.
Does that
All
make
right.
sense?
Yep. So
Yes, it makes sense.
okay. Well, it's just
We just wanted to make
uncounterable.
sure it was correct.
The
correctly
ability
placed.
resolves, the offer
It's
resolves, the SWAT. That means that's resolving.
Yes.
Unless somebody has a mind break trap they want to pull from the top ropes.
Just for clarity,
And
offer's not
what are we
cancel-
squatting?
countered.
Nice.
Keep in mind,
Like,
4 minutes
but it
left, so
won't
we
get
got
countered
work to
spell.
do. I mean, Lisby maybe can win it and get back to their turn, but
It's okay.
I think I
outside of
like
that, this game
hitting-
does not look like it's ending quick.
Okay.
I think I like hitting Hags.
So any
Heuristic study?
you can blow up any
Dempsey?
permanent you want.
We'll have it hit my.
You want to hit
have
a
the
heuristic
most
study? I kind of
mana?
hit the survival.
I get it fetched for a basic land.
I don't
Is
think
that
the
crazy?
survival.
Yes,
The
basic
survival
land.
doesn't scare me with
We'll
1
have
mana.
it hit the Fiend Artisan.
But it's not gonna be 1 mana if you have to pass the turn.
Fiend Artisan.
Well, I'm assuming we're not, right?
Yeah, so deflecting
I have
SWAT
no idea.
resolves points assassin trophy. If
I really, I mean, we don't have access to Lisby's hand. I have no idea what Lisby's plan to win this game is.
Well,
Fiend Artisan
Is
is the
it
target.
worth
Can't
hitting
activate it in
Oracle?
response.
what I was
So-
going with
That's
was
what I think.
we
this
still
turns
have the
out.
same
Yeah,
hand
no, it
where
just
we
makes
try
it
to
sad
attempt to win with the
Yeah, no, that's
silence.
fair.
So I'm gonna still stick that same win condition. is still there.
you'll find a basic.
Well, no, but we
land,
cast the finale. Maybe the finale is part of the
and
equation
go
there.
to my turn.
And if the finale's already been used to grab the Dragoneth to live another turn, then we might just be out of
I
gas.
will-
We might just
is
be
it-
out of gas.
is it
Okay.
Now we do have Tim to running,
Basic
and that's been a part of the
land
equation for
card
keeping
untapped.
Lisby in this
Yeah,
game.
so
But
I'm trying to see if there's a search or not.
uh,
Am I forced to? Is it a May or is
It's
it
you could.
It's a May.
you got
I'm
an
there are not basic
maybe a
searches,
small
so
extension,
I'm
but
not
time's
certain.
winding
Give-
down. I mean,
So-
I'm
Give
not even sure somebody like
Lisby
Hag
the
is getting another
turn.
turn, so I
I
certainly
will
wouldn't blow up
go to my
their
turn,
their
untap.
risking study. I don't even think they're getting a
I
turn.
have a fish trigger.
This
Oh,
might
that
just come
was-
down to a draw.
That was on Dempsey.
I will pay
Oh,
2
no.
for.
Yeah. So we're paying for the fish, which seems
go to draw,
ambitious
Sylvan
to me.
Library.
If
It seems-
we're playing
it
for the
seems like
draw.
we're not
okay.
playing another turn, but they have a 9-minute extension, so maybe they will.
Oh, okay. They have time.
Yeah, I mean they have some time.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
I will keep one.
This is
I
this is
don't feel like
tough.
burning
All
my
right,
life
2
now.
cards going back
Nothing
for
to-
Shockster. Only going to pay 4 life. Life total getting a little slim, and the board getting a little
I'm
bogged
gonna play
down.
this Flooded Strand.
Flooded
as my
Strand
next
play.
turn.
That'll reset the 2 cards from the top of the library under Sylvan Library that he doesn't want.
6.
I will.
Let's go ahead
Sacrifice
and
Flooded Strand,
crack the
leaving my-
Flooded Strand. No kind of search shenanigans going on now.
Yep.
I would like to. I would like to target one of your spirits.
One of my spirits.
Mhm.
No.
I've got a fear down.
Man down.
And we're down. Okay, we're just keeping the spirit die accurate. Land coming. Unclear if this mana is going to represent, anything to advance the board. Draneth's still in play. Tasker not part of the equation. Snow-covered island, the land fetched.
I think they're hilarious.
Ironically, a lot of them are really pretty.
are.
What next?
All right. 1 and 3.
1, 3, 2.
Remember, this is our 2-0 pod. If this pod comes down to a draw, the breakers could start to look really messy.
All right, looks like we got 9 minutes, boys.
Agreed.
Yep.
We got extra time.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah,
that
we-
time of the round?
No, that's 9.
Oh, that was time in the round.
All right, so that's time around. We have a 9-minute extension for the table. Gataxian Probe paying mana. Unclear who the target is, but that's looking like it's going to draw cards for a lot of players.
You can both draw.
Cool.
Horrific study remorse. A card incoming. Alrighty.
Let us
What
know
do you
if
want to
you are-
check out?
Yeah.
We'll do.
Lisby, I think.
Block.
Like Lisby or Black Walter. Like I said, I just don't think Aga's a threat. I just don't think they matter at all.
Yes.
And like
I
all their
don't
win
think the
conditions are
turn-
checked. They need so many turns to even try to be a winner in this game. I think
Yeah.
How dead are we?
they're hoping the game draws. I feel like.
can hand yet.
So the players that matter to me are Weltel and Lisby. It looks like we're
Okay.
looking at Weltel and
Yep.
whoa, a
Okay.
good start, a good continue.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Card.
I don't even know what that card. Oh yeah, I do know what that card is. That's the what's it called? The
The
enchantment that
Sedgemoor
you put in
Witch?
the command zone. No, that wasn't a
Oh,
Sedgemoor
under the
Witch.
enchantment. Okay.
It's like the one black, like your commanders get like +2/+3 death touch.
Oh,
and
yeah,
creature
yeah.
every upkeep or whatever. Just
How
makes
dead are we?
your
We're
cedh
not
huge.
completely dead.
So
What's the name of the
Not
card? Cult of the Cultist of the
Yeah,
Absolute. It's a
Are
background.
we gonna be able to interact or not?
the displacer
Yes, we can
kitten
interact. I will draw a card from Get
looks.
Probe.
Do it.
Doesn't look like it, Dorian.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
It seems like our featured player Ian is 3-0 and locked up a top 16 as if there were any other results
not me.
possible. Worldly Tutor on instep for Lisby.
Draw a card.
That one threatens to win the game.
That one
We
is
have
so
triple red for
geeky.
Kiki.
Now I have
Yeah.
to use the tiny dice.
So this one's not allowed to happen. You need to at least make Lisby crack these treasures so that they don't have triple red. So let's see if the table
Yeah,
realizes
yeah,
that
yeah.
and stops the Swirly Tutor from happening. They do not.
Well, he
Uh,
still has them. Because
No, we don't have
kinda
triple red,
treasure.
right? That's part of the
Yeah,
problem.
we're kind
right?
of treasure. Yeah.
This is a worldly tutor. We do have to reveal the creature, and it is a Kiki Jiki.
Who's that Pokemon?
1, 2. Where's the third red?
We have
Maybe in
treasure,
hand?
treasure, command tower.
2, 1,
Treasure,
3.
treasure, command. Okay. And then we still have the green up for any interaction.
Yeah.
we don't
I think we have
have
2 green
to-
actually.
Tap.
Maybe 3. Yeah, we have 3 greens. That's an ancient tomb. So you tap ancient tomb, command tower, treasure, treasure, Kiki. You have
But-
3 green to fight.
but
You needed to
the
counter
is-
the worldly tutor.
Yeah, no, the issue is the
Uh,
deflective sword. But that isn't online because he doesn't have his commander.
Yes,
So we have to dodge removal.
right. We've been through a lot of
Put the
relics, haven't
spell
we?
on the sack. Put the Kiki Jiki on the sack. Sacking these 2
Well,
treasures.
whatever. He's a Kiki Jiki.
And
Yeah.
gain 2 life with ancient tomb.
Here is a win attempt from Lisby. This is the big hoorah. I mean, if this works, looks like Kiki Jiki's gonna
Oh,
resolve.
sorry, I don't get anything.
Oh,
for this.
Mayhem Devil.
Mayhem Devil triggers.
What does
I'll
that
pay
do?
For the wristic.
There's no way for
You
them
get
to
2
sack
Mayhem
anything.
Devil triggers.
He doesn't need to
unfortunately,
sack
like, we're
anything,
at,
right? You just
Like
No, no,
sack,
for
I'm
to
going
kill
for
to kill the Kiki. If they could
oh, I see.
figure
I
out a way to
see. Yeah, you need to
sack
sack
them.
2 things. That's not gonna work.
Oh, the Vexing Shusher.
Shusher.
So
Okay,
here comes
I
the
will,
truth. Activation.
Pay green and make Kiki Jiki
Right.
uncounterable.
Yeah, seems good.
We're paying mana. Why
Mhm.
we're paying mana for something? What happened?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Unclear.
This is
Looks
how
like we're
I
pointing to
roll.
Vexing
The
Shusher.
ability, well, I will pass party on the Vexing Shusher.
We're activating it
Right,
before
Vexing
anything
Shusher.
goes on the step.
Yeah, I have nothing for Vexing
Yeah,
Shusher.
not clear.
Okay, so Vexing Shusher's roasted.
Why is it dying?
Roasted. Dog
Boom,
water.
roasted.
Mhm.
So Kiki Jiki back on the stack. Response.
I don't see.
Uh,
It looks like it was supposed to be
Priority.
pinged through Mayhem Devil.
Oh, so Mayhem
The
Devil-
treasures got
the
sacked
treasures
to
got
cast
sacked.
the Kiki Jiki.
yeah.
Okay, and we responded by giving the
I
Kiki
honestly don't.
uh,
remember anything.
Kiki protection.
uncounterable. Okay.
Pass, yeah.
Okay, we're back on
And
board
then
now.
and then the
Yep,
ability to
we're back on
resolve can't be
board.
countered.
Doctor knows everything but one card.
All right, we are back on
He knows
board.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
And so Kiki
And,
can't be
like,
countered,
you
but
can
the
probably
treasures have
bully
been
me all you want,
cracked.
but he knows what's in my hand, and I can't. Like, I am unable to.
And it looks like this is game. I mean, let's say they're holding this Kiki Jiki. I mean, we can sit here all night, but yeah, are you
Yeah, because
dead?
abrupt decay doesn't work because Felidor is 4.
Okay.
Assassin's Trophy got used.
Pay 2.
What is this? Why are we? What is this? Cyclonic Rift?
Targeting
Yeah,
Felidar.
I mean, that's a magic card.
That's a pretty good magic card. Targeting Felidar Guardian. Yeah, not dying seems good.
I will have to.
But we
Well,
can
that
recast.
doesn't work. We can recast it.
No. If we Kiki the Dockside, then the treasures get sacrificed, and Mayhem Devil gets to kill the Kiki Jiki.
Ooh.
Okay. So let's go.
So Mayhem Devil might just save the table here.
Yep.
Okay. So we're not dead yet. And if we're not dead yet, I don't think we're gonna die at all.
Mayhem Devil do go burr.
Wow. Back and forth here.
Pretty
It's
good
just been
game.
intense. I mean, this is what happens when you're talking about a pot of, accomplished players, all of which are 2-0 in the event, playing good decks, good players. Like, you're gonna have games like this that just lead to so much back and forth.
So we haven't went to combat yet. So I guess now we're going to combat.
Yeah, no, take your time. Very much warranted.
Yeah.
If we go to combat, we have to now figure out a completely different line.
I mean, if we draw.
Well, I don't know if there is one,
Which
right? Like you copy Dockside, which makes quite a bit of mana. I think that's got to be part of the equation. And then
Depends on everybody
if you have a
else's.
removal spell for
Usually,
Mayhem Devil, maybe
11
you're
plus
okay, but it needs to
gives you a
cost
shot.
1.
Yeah,
We've been through Swords of
Okay,
Plowshares.
yeah.
Does that have to be like Path?
This is super
There's
Something
still
like that?
ways
The problem is
to
if I make
there's still
Kiki,
ways to win
Dockside,
after
make
combat. So I guess
treasures,
it's
Mayhem
safe to
Devil,
go
kill
to
my
combat
Kiki.
here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you might want to do any kind of Dockside shenanigans you're going to do first.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I get it.
And I think that's what Lisby's thinking about right now. We saw, pointing to the Kiki, pointing to the Dockside. Got to figure some stuff
Alright,
out
that was
here.
pretty good. I think I have to just go to combat. I think as much as that
Okay.
pains me.
Kiki is going to. Oh, maybe
Swing
we're attacking.
2 at you,
Yeah, I think we
Shockster,
attack
1 at
first. So we
you,
can still win
AJ.
after combat.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, attacking we are.
Yeah.
Here
Yeah,
comes
so
Dockside and Timna.
So we
Oh,
can
where's the-
deny
Dockside
a
going to
card
AJ,
or
Timna's
kill the
going to
Timna.
Shockster.
It
Yeah,
looks
we
like
can't
we're
even
gonna.
kill the
Yeah,
Dock-
looks like this Forbidden Orchard being
Oh, that's
activated by Black
I-
Weltel,
I-
trying to
I
offer up a
activate,
blocker to the
for
players that have
green
access to
mana.
them.
Cool.
Ripperine.
Yeah, here comes a 1/1 for Haga.
I'm dumb.
And
I'm dumb. Yeah. So I'll get
that's gonna double
so
block
you're gonna take 1 AJ.
Timna.
Oh
I'm
no.
going to before mana.
Yeah, it looks like Timna's.
I don't know why.
Oh,
okay,
Timna,
you're-
it was only a 1
Yeah,
power,
just block it.
right?
Oh, I
Was
see.
it
Okay,
1/1?
yeah. I thought there was 2/2/2s being made.
Okay,
There's
I thought
not.
you were
So
blocking for some reason. So, I
uh,
gain 2, I'm gonna lose 1, draw 1.
Yes.
we
So-
only
Okay,
get
he's going-
one card.
I have to
Okay, so
Right.
it's for both
spend my
creatures
green mana,
at
and I'm gonna activate
Dempsey.
survival.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and I see.
I
Before we
wouldn't
switch
do
phases,
that.
we can't go to damage yet. We're
Well,
activating
at the
survival,
point where
which
Yeah.
is going to using the green from Forbidden
Four
Orchard,
phases,
discarding
okay,
Lavinia.
This is the top card of my library.
Doubt it's going to be something that
That-
stops
that
the draw
part's
from
fine. I
happening.
don't think
So
there's an
whatever,
issue.
we're good
I'm
there.
gonna
But
make
a
sure
little bit
to
of a
spend my
shortcut that
mana.
happened.
Seems good.
to activate Lavinia.
What do we get?
Get a creature. Not activate.
Our
Lavinia,
dark
use
side is
Lavinia.
exiled. Our
This Urtai.
does this also to untap?
Was
What is that?
Flash, ETB,
Urtai Resurrected.
Spell,
You familiar with Standard?
Triggered ability, and controller draws a card.
2UB.
Destroy another
This
target
one is a
creature, planeswalker,
Phyrexian
controller
human
draws a
wizard.
card.
I'm doing this from memory. I don't have it up in front of me. ETB has a trigger.
So
Flash,
draw my card then.
obviously.
Life.
When it enters the battlefield,
Yeah.
you either counter a spell activated ability, triggered ability, its controller draws a card, or you destroy a creature or planeswalker, its
How
controller
dead
draws
are
a
we
card.
with the survival phase on the board? Do we
So we're still
Uh,
feel like we still want to go after this Dradas.
Alright,
Okay.
just
Just
go
let
ahead.
you know you're
I mean, yeah, that's a terminate for
Is
Drannith.
also
That,
active block
that could be good
resolution.
enough.
Okay, finishing my turn.
We have a lot of colorful cards. Missing, what's
Oh,
it? Green, white,
Is that
blue,
is that,
black,
1, 2,
red.
3?
Yeah, I mean,
Also
if we
isn't
put that in
draw
play,
your active
our
player
favorite
also
order makes
draws?
5. And then can
Oh,
we?
yeah.
Oh, we also
We
just have
choose-
chromatic
we
orrery.
don't
Wait
choose.
a
Yeah,
minute.
so we draw.
Can we just Drannith Sisse win?
So we draw. Okay.
We're still.
I
Excellent.
was
And
Next
trying
turn?
to do a win attempt. I was just trying to get us to that point.
Or are
That
we
was an
drawing?
absolutely excellent game, gentlemen.
Oh my
that was-
goodness, that was.
Uh,
I mean,
it
sucks. I mean, like, it's
looks
kind of
like we're
anticlimactic that it's a draw,
drawing.
but honestly, like everybody.
We
plays
ran out of
hard,
time and the
so-
game is a
I mean,
draw.
honestly, it gives us always
Wow.
a chance for a top 16. So,
I mean, every turn it felt like
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
could have
not bad at
won,
all,
and
yeah.
the game just ends in a draw just like that. And all of our 2-0 players, except for specifically Ian, who was not in this pod, takes a draw. So Ian, the lone remaining 3-0, almost certainly, I think, locked up a spot in our top 16, as Ian is wont to do. And a draw for our 2-0 players means that it's anybody's game who's going to fill out the rest of the top 16. Of course, the 2-0-1 players are in good shape, certainly locking up with another win. Question is, whether or not, another draw or anything like that will add to the mix. We won't know until, 2 full rounds from now, as we have 2 more rounds of Swiss left in this tournament. If you've been sticking it out, thank you very much. Please follow, subscribe if you don't want to see ads anymore. We appreciate your support, and we will be back very shortly for round number 4. Don't go anywhere.